at my ex-girlfriend's Facebook to see if her titties have changed. I also like looking at her boyfriend and husband to see if he is ugly or strange. But please don't think I'm hating, I am merely validating that I got out when I probably could. I like looking at my ex-girlfriend's Facebook to make sure that her life is now bad and not good. You know it's not good. I go to photos. I'm looking for bikinis that should give me an idea of her state. I found an album. The album's marked vacation and it looks like she's been gaining weight. Now I'm really fucking happy cause her boyfriend's job is crappy and he's losing almost all of his hair. And her status bar's reporting there's no way that they're affording their house and I really don't care. I hope she gets evicted. This fucking beat is sick, kid. I like looking at my ex-girlfriend's Facebook to see if her titties have changed. I also like looking at her boyfriend and husband to see if he is ugly or strange. But please don't think I'm hating, I am merely validating that I got out when I probably could. I like looking at my ex-girlfriend's Facebook to make sure that her life is now bad and not good. Yeah, you know why? It's because I use Facebook as a comparison tool. Yeah, I compare my own life to those that I dated back in the day. I hope your husband is overweight, and I hope your children are very unattractive. I like Facebook. I also like looking at her boyfriend and husband. But please don't think I'm hating, I am merely validating. I like looking at my ex-girlfriend's Facebook to make sure that her life is now bad.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Whoopee!
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 519.
Hey, it is the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan. I'm Tom. What's going on, buddy? You are sick.
Yeah.
My God.
Got me.
Yeah, this
Got me
guy.
good.
This guy's got the cold. You've been sick for a long time now, right?
All week?
Yeah.
I thought I was getting better. Yesterday felt real bad. Then this morning, worse. But it's fine. Whatever.
I mean, it's not like you have anything to do this weekend. It's not like you have your son's 5th birthday party or anything to
Yeah, that's easy.
be in charge of.
I could drink through that.
Is there going to be booze there? Did you decide?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so.
What am I? Of course.
Well, I mean, like, you know,
a dry
some of
5-year-old birthday party? Or what am I, an animal?
Some of his friends, you know, are they? Is the church Is the entire congregation coming?
Well, most of his friends from school aren't going to come because, like I told my wife,
that's disappointing.
No parent, especially when it's like a kid from class wants to go to a pool party because it just adds so much more difficulty to the kids' birthday parties.
Are you sure they just don't like Tommy?
No, I'm sure they like him. They don't like his daddy.
No, they just the parents. They even told my wife. They're like, I'm gonna have to go by myself. My husband's working or whatever. And then
Yeah, but I thought that's what you do. Like I've got 2 birthday parties this weekend. There's only one I'm going to. That's your son's.
Yeah.
The other one I'm not going to. Because I have to find something to do to occupy time. Wife wants a ceiling fan put up. I'm doing ceiling fan. I'm committed to that. Only going to take me like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time, I'll fucking jack off.
Yeah.
Smoke weed.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying
ride my Peloton bike.
The other birthday party,
Hashtag I'm gay for Peloton.
Maisie's going to is not.
And by gay, I mean good stuff, not bad stuff. For the people that thought.
Meaning you love it.
Yeah, Seth was winging that around too much.
Well, he was. But.
We'll talk about that.
So a 5-year-old pool party is just a step too far for most parents,
because it's difficult.
Well, yeah, because then you're like,
you have to actually watch your kids. Boo-hoo.
Well,
no, just packing them up. Just getting all the gear there. You got to take a bag
a bathing suit
with all the
and
stuff
a towel,
in there.
You're good.
Yeah.
No, they got to have shoes on, and they want to take their shoes off. Then they need pool toys.
Who needs
then they
shoes?
need
You're going
floats.
swimming.
Then they need towels. Then they need a sun hat. Then they need sunscreen. Then they need snacks. Then they need drinks.
You guys are coddling these
doing
kids.
No,
snacks.
they need dude. You got to have snacks.
Well, there's a party. They're gonna have like my wife has a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, the snacks should be at the party.
Yeah. It's just that the parents.
I always bring my own. You never know.
They don't want to get into the pool. It's a pain in the ass. Anyway, so but
Well, what are we as dads supposed to look at if none of the moms are going to get in the pool?
well, that's partly why they don't want to do it too.
Well, maybe
They
should.
don't want creepo Tom staring at them.
Maybe after
I'm
they
not
have
doing
a
nothing.
baby, they should take care of their goddamn bodies a little bit
All
instead
right,
of being
Seth.
these fat hippos.
There it is.
You're going full Seth on this episode.
No, I just I don't know. I didn't have anything to say there. And I was just riffing.
Filling time.
I was just riffing. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Samantha's here. Butler's here. Our good friend from BYOCB is our good friend from the Oh No Radio Show.
Yeah, I don't dye my beard.
Oh, I'm glad you don't. I'm not going to say that.
Don't say
He'd get really mad. He's getting a Peloton bike.
Oh, of course
So we're
he
going to
is.
be Pelotonians together. Going to be buddies. And our good friend Owen is here from the Oh No Radio Show. If you've never checked out that show, you owe it to yourself to do so because it's one of my favorite shows. And here we are. Do we have anything to plug before we start fucking around?
I will say that if you want to put in your deposit for our next cruise, which probably will be our final for a while, put it in now because the prices go up significantly in July. And if you put in, your $100 deposit, which is fully refundable all the way until December, that at least holds your the price of the the 2-person cabin at like $890 or whatever it is now.
Yes.
So put in your deposit now, and like I said, if you can't go later on in the year, you can get it fully refunded. But you don't want to get stuck paying the bigger price after it changes in July. So. There's that. And also, if you're a BDM and you haven't got the invite to our BDM only family event we're doing, check your spam mail, go to the BDM page, go to the app and check out the events. You'll see it if you're a BDM and you're signed in. But that is going to be a good time. And we just got the Red Cypress beer delivery. We're like every BDM is either going to get a Red Cypress beer, which they brought a great selection.
Yeah.
Ryan dropped it off personally the other day.
He brought some premium beers in that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
I mean, normally I expect like Devil's Chair, Spook Hill, stuff like that. He brought some limited beers. Some beers I've never even seen before, which is really cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different beers. And then we have White Claw, another sponsor. Then American Air and Heat is raffling off a 60-inch 4K TV. Bart Merrick is raffling off an Xbox
One X.
One X, the brand new Xbox. So there's a lot of stuff going on at the place we're going to do it at, which is family friendly. And if you're a BDM, you could bring your whole family.
Yes. It is the woodshed. People are wondering. And
Closing
then,
it down just for us.
Yeah, and then that one guy, the guy we had in here.
We're going to make slip and slides with lube.
Yeah. Who was that guy we had in here? The knot master?
Don't talk about it.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, Daniel, because I
Whipping people or whatever the fuck he was doing.
I didn't know if I was wrong or not.
Ew, look at you.
This morning, I went to my son's
Cecil.
elementary school orientation, which is
I didn't even know that was a thing. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
skipped my UCF orientation. You know, like...
I did like I don't think anybody back in our day like
No.
parents went to like
You think my dad's going to go to fucking orientation
For an elementary school?
Presbyterian day school in DeLand?
So basically we're like we go there. There's a bunch of other families, and we sit down in the cafeteria first, and the principal comes.
Did he have to get drafted? Like, were they like...
No.
And
It's
then
just,
the fourth round...
they were just like they give you a tour of the school and tell you all the program.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But but I was laughing about it, like how this never existed when we were kids. Or at least I didn't think so. But I was looking at the menu at the in the cafeteria, and it was like today's menu. It was like cheese quesadilla, 100% all beef hot dog, and PBJ were like three of the options.
That's pretty good.
And then I was like,
that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Those
I
are
was like,
all things that I want right now.
Well, all things that kids eat. And then
Yeah.
I was like, I remember, I think, and I even called my mom, and she couldn't verify really, but you could tell me. But I was like, when we were in elementary school, like the cafeteria used to serve like
Gruel.
fish and
Yeah.
green beans.
Whatever
Yeah.
the
Sloppy
fuck
Joe.
is that.
Yeah, sloppy Joe, like things that kids would never
yeah,
eat.
we didn't get no hot dog.
Square
You know,
pizza.
yeah, they had like...
This pizza was the only thing
was good,
that
yeah.
everybody
but
liked.
the other shit...
Mexican pizza. Remember the Mexican pizza?
Yeah.
Had
peppers
that was
on it?
where
What was that one shit that they had that was like, it was yellow gravy with meat dots in it?
What?
Yeah.
It was
didn't
like,
have
and
that.
then they'd put it over, they'd ladle it over like either bread or like mashed potatoes.
sounds
It was like prison food.
Yeah, it wasn't
It
stuff.
was like
kids,
fucking prison food.
It
They
wasn't.
gave us a lot of spinach out of a can.
Yes,
yeah.
but I never had a quesadilla. I never had a fucking hot dog.
No,
And what
no,
was the
no.
other one? PBJ?
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
have killed for a fucking PBJ.
Yeah. And like it seems like just now they realized, oh, this is what kids like to eat. Oh,
I don't like yellow gravy with meat dots in it.
Yeah, in the 80s.
You guys
Salisbury
don't know what I'm
steak.
talking about?
Yeah.
It was like
What
was like
kid
that.
wants a Salisbury steak with like
Oh, yeah, that shit
grilled
was
onions?
Salisbury steak. What do I look like, a fucking old cowboy?
And they gave
Who eats
us
that?
even more ghetto Hungry Man dinners. It was the worst.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
like
used to be like, it's chicken pot pie Tuesday. Like,
Oh,
what the
Tactical
fuck?
Hat. Tactical Hat chiming in from our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/TomandDanLive, says he loved the yellow gravy. Thank you. Somebody that knows what I'm
No.
talking about. It would look like thick piss
That's
with
disgusting.
dots of ground beef in it. Like little, like tiny gray, like about the size of a Tic Tac.
Yeah.
But gray meat in yellow gravy. It was fucking horrible.
And I know kids are picky enough to like kids. If you have like a speck of black pepper, I know maybe my kids are more picky.
No, my daughter will be
But
like,
they'll be like,
take the crust off. I'm like, it's pepper, you idiot.
Yeah, but they'll be like, "Ew, what's that?" And then
Seasoning.
so it's like,
Yeah.
what kind? Like,
Because their taste buds are so nude. Like my daughter, like steamed broccoli, it's just had steamed water on it. And she's like, spicy. You know, and I'm like, yeah, because your
So
taste buds are
question
new.
here
Wait
is-
till you're like me and you have to put spicy on everything in order to feel something.
Is-
Bizarre about that though is that old people do the same thing. It's like there's a part of your life in the middle where you can enjoy seasoning, but as a kid and when you're old, they don't want any.
I'm right in the
any
middle right
seasoning.
now. I'm Matooks on everything.
that doesn't count. You're just
Yeah.
drenching everything in it. Is Crystal going to request a vegetarian-only lunch for her little boy?
You have to do it.
Well,
Or does he get to pick for the all-beef hot dogs?
she'll be making the his lunch probably every day, or
God.
I'll be making it. I make
Let
it
him
now.
live.
Yeah.
But
I make Maisie's lunch. Well, Andrea does. I stand over and yell at her.
also when I was in elementary school, like my mom made my lunch, but I remember like. The kids that ate the cafeteria food in elementary school, I was like, ooh, they were poor.
Yeah, free lunch, bro.
Yeah, but there was a difference because I went through a phase where for
But how
part
poor
of
could they be that their parents couldn't afford peanut butter and jelly and a bag of
me.
chips?
well, part of my life,
Not when they can get free lunch for 3 kids.
part of my life I went through where it was like you carried your lunch if you were not a piece of shit.
You
kid.
were rich if you brought your lunch to my elementary school.
Yeah,
Really?
And then
Yeah.
and then it
It's not to be
flipped.
that rich. Like,
Dude, the first time I saw a Lunchable blew my mind.
Then it flipped. It flipped for a minute where it ended up being where if you had the started at $1.10 and then it went to $1.35. Now I know I'm the oldest in the room. I think I am. At least the oldest with a microphone. So it went to $1.35. But then those were like the cool kids if you could buy lunch. And we never had, I know this was new for you and maybe Sam and Travis, but we never had like Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Subway.
I
We
had
never
those
had
in high school.
Yeah, we didn't have any of that.
didn't
Not
have
even
that
in high school. We had the fucking old ladies making the food. We had the yellow gravy. We had the pizza it was only on Fridays, and it was
Half
in
pint chocolate
Yeah.
milk.
it was in a styrofoam thing, and then they put the pizza on top. Under the pizza was this mushy tater tots that at one point were crispy, but the hot pizza had steamed them to a smush, to like mush pie, and then they put cellophane over it. And if you were lucky, sometimes if you weren't lucky, the cellophane would sometimes melt into the pizza, so you'd have to eat the plastic. I have so much preliminary cancer coursing through my veins right now from just being in elementary school.
And Roundup.
Salad bar. Salad bar was very important. Somebody mentioned, I think, Adam, Ashes for Adam, which is our buddy Justin. He said 25-cent rolls. Yes. 25-cent rolls. You'd go there, you go to the salad bar, and you got 2 rolls, but you could buy extra rolls. So my lunch for a while was just a pile of lettuce with a gallon of ranch on it and 4 rolls, which is not healthy.
I want to, if anybody out there is listening live right now, was on free lunch when they were a kid, give us a call.
I was.
Okay, so
We got a call. You want to pick it up?
Yeah.
I think it's Zach from Ohio.
Samantha.
Nope, it's not. Never mind.
Hello, thanks for calling A Mediocre Time. Who's this?
This is Rucker the Trucker.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Hey, not too much. Y'all guys were talking about pool parties, and summer's coming up. My brother recently got his pool resurfaced during the winter, so he's going to be having pool parties this year. Well, my girlfriend and I got into a disagreement because I like to swim naked, but you can't do that at, a gathering. So I found that the next best thing is spandex. So I went online and I ordered these red, just mid-thigh spandex. They're tight. I mean, in her defense, I do look like a pack of bologna exploded on a White Walker when I put them on. Mm-hmm. But
this whole call is for that.
You're America's funniest biker. Yeah. We already interviewed you, sir.
The whole phone call just for bologna exploding on a White Walker joke.
And said he was gay.
Sir, I want to ask you. And by the way, I know you like.
What'd you eat for your school lunch? Dicks?
I'm
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
I like to do a lot of things, but I realize that like when I'm in like a public gathering or whatever I'm at, like someone else's house and there's a bunch of people, like, hey, I'll just put on the normal board shorts.
Yeah.
It may not be as comfortable as I like it at home, but just for the fucking sake of less
purpose.
awkward and so your wife don't get pissed, like just put on the goddamn board shorts. It's not like you're wearing a full goddamn bodysuit. Like it's not that much different than the spandex.
I want him to wear a full Olympic speed skating, onesie.
Can you get board shorts with like a smooth interior? Because the net pulls the hair out of your BH.
Cut the net out.
The net doesn't pull my BH
Where
hair.
are you buying your board shorts?
How
Costco?
long is your BH hair?
That's a good point. How long is your asshole hair that it's like being pulled?
It's
not a
Don't get
ponytail.
wax.
Yeah, it's not a fucking ponytail.
Don't get the net in there. You're not.
I don't cut the
net.
I don't cut the net out of mine. I like the net now. It keeps my balls, I think, from getting any.
Oh, you got dad
I
balls.
don't even have any
heavier
with
than-
the
no.
net anymore.
Sometimes my wife will reach down there when
Chubby
we're getting spicy. She'll reach down there and then she'll just start squishing my balls like she's playing with a fucking toy,
Like
and
a
I have
stress ball.
Yeah, and like a stress nerd. And I have to tell her, he's like, please don't do that unless it's helping your stress,
Sir.
and then just do it a little
Make
lighter.
it squeak like a squeaky toy.
I'm glad you called in because
America's Funniest Bikers on the line. With me.
I've been wanting to talk to you because you are the BDM that your dad at some sort of family gathering started spreading rumors to your family
About you being gay.
that you were gay, but you're not gay.
Oh,
and so
it's
tell
worse
us.
than that.
Okay.
It wasn't at a family gathering. It was over several months. Just anytime he would see one of my family, he'd say, oh yeah, he's gay now.
Oh, no. That's the
He had
long
a
con.
girlfriend at 10 months.
That is a really long
The
con.
truth is, I'm not gay. I'm just a truck driver. I don't have a
Yeah,
lot of
I'm just
opportunities to meet
a
people.
red spandex loving truck driver. What? I am gay. Hey, holy shit! I gotta call you guys back. Breakthrough.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
What?
I'm just
Sorry, go
a red spandex wearing, love to suck dicks and swim naked trucker. Ain't nothing gay about that, goddammit.
So
Trump train.
Don't knock that swimming in spandex till you've tried it. It's just like swimming naked.
I like swimming naked.
So what exactly happened? So you're like an over-the-road truck driver, so you don't have a wife or girlfriend, and then your dad just came up with the assumption like, hey, my son must be gay because he doesn't have a wife or girlfriend, then starts telling your family members that you're gay for sure.
Unconfirmed.
Yeah. So why did he do this?
I mean, there were rumors going around in the family like, oh, he must be gay now and stuff like that, but I never really addressed it until my dad got drunk 2 days before Christmas, and he got real mad because we wouldn't let him drive. So he started cussing at me, cussing me out and shit. And then he just started saying, that's why you're fucking gay. That's why you're never going to have a wife. That's why you're never... Because he was just mad because I wouldn't let him drive. I took his keys.
He was like a child.
It's a weird thing.
You took my keys. Only a gay would do that. Only a gay man would try to save my life and keep me from killing other people. How dare you?
I like people's concept of like, he must be gay now as if you weren't always gay. Like, he must have turned
He
gay.
chose at
Also,
this age.
there's plenty of people in my family that don't have girlfriends or husbands or boyfriends, but I've never once been like, they're probably gay. I don't know. It just doesn't. It's not on.
Well, because what does it even matter to begin with?
Yeah, it doesn't, but it doesn't register in my brain.
Did you tell your
they
dad
don't have a partner? Okay, whatever.
Hey, not that it matters either way, but like, hey, I'm not gay. Stop telling my all the family that I am. Or...
I mean, I confronted him about it. I was like, so you're the one that's been telling everybody I'm fucking gay? That's weird. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that information now? I'm not gay, but not that it matters. Whatever.
Right. Maybe your dad's gay.
Oh, yeah. What if your dad's gay?
Oh.
I was telling you gay when I was drunk because I wanted you to suck my dick.
Well, now that's too far.
Which would be incest, but still gay.
Well, in that case, I would know where my obsession with red spandex came from. But
so where?
Yeah, I don't even think gay guys, they're too stylish to wear something that silly looking.
Yeah, now what?
They just get a nice European cut bathing suit and look nice.
So what was your argument with your wife? She didn't want you to wear the spandex to the pool party?
Basically, she was saying, there's not even a pool party yet. I just was buying it in preparation for the summer. But she was just saying that it was like, I was going to be ashamed of myself and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, you're putting the shame on me. I've never worn board shorts. I've always had like the short dukes or whatever, whenever I'm swimming, because I feel like whenever you get those board shorts, especially the ones with pockets, they fill up with water, they fall down anyway. You're going to be swimming nude.
Now
I have never been swimming in board shorts and had the pocket filled with water, and then my shorts go.
Now I will tell you
down.
that I have a little bit of experience with this because my wife's dad, my father-in-law. Like, for years, he would only swim in a Speedo, right? Like, he from the 80s and 70s, like, he's Speedo swimming. So
it was a thing.
That was my dad, too.
Yeah.
And then
my dad did not, but he did wear tiny sun decks where his balls almost fell out the side.
Big Jeff Lynne ELO, fro on top, gold chain.
Yeah. And so the my wife and her brothers and everything would tell him like, come on, Dad, like you're embarrassing us by wearing a Speedo to pool parties and like
would he do the move where he'd wear the velour pullover top with just the Speedo and open so you can see the necklace?
No, he did the move where he put on his like Guy Harvey shirt, but it would just be a little bit below Speedo, so it looked like he's Porky Pigging it, like real man Porky Pigging it, but he had a Speedo underneath. Anyway, so what he started doing is like he would put on.
What's happening over there?
All right, that's
I'm whacking it.
Keep talking about the Speedo.
I forgot to tell you, I'm
right.
gay for phone calls.
Talking about Speedos, he started jacking it.
This phone call is really turning me on. Can you talk about those soggy tater tots again?
So what?
Spit out my monster.
What he would do is he finally his wife, my wife's stepmom bought him some board shorts or whatever.
Yeah.
So he put the board shorts on, but he had the Speedo underneath.
Oh yeah.
So when he got, but he when he got in the water, he'd take his board shorts off, get in the water with a Speedo, then get off, then put his board shorts on. But he would refuse to swim in his board shorts.
Maybe it's a better way of living. Maybe we should all try the Speedo.
Well, he's like, it's too baggy. It's like you would be bothered. He's like, my thighs are rubbing my thighs.
Yeah, I'm used to it now, but even today, I have on a pair of tinier shorts.
Yeah.
But I like them, but I do have to be careful. We have a lot of people in here today, so when I sit, I have to pull them down.
And then if Seth's here, he'll take photos of your crotch and post it to the internet.
Yeah. I pull them down like girls do that a lot when they're wearing shorts. They want to make sure they're nice.
Yeah.
So I've been pulling my shorts down because I don't want to show you guys any of my, as Dave Matthews would say, I don't want to show my world to you.
Yeah, but then it is like as you get old. I made this joke back in the radio days when I was 22 because I'd have longer shorts past my knees, and as I got older, they just kept going higher and higher. Now I'm tiny 5-inch Dukes.
What's easier for picking up toys and stuff?
Way better. And then I put on regular shorts, and I'm like, God damn, too long. I'm pulling them up, and my buddy the Wizard still wears. He's my age. He still wears Dickie shorts, and they're long.
Yeah.
And then I'm making fun of him what?
He has a pair on right there. Be careful what you say. You're insulting our guests.
Yeah, but he's a real man.
They are above the knee, though.
Yeah, they're above the knee.
When they're below the knee. And
I used to wear Dickie shorts.
Yeah. I wear Dickie shorts
when you're
below
over
my
30.
knees, and then I wear long socks, slides.
Yeah.
And then I button the top button of my shirt, and then I wear a Suicidal Tendencies East LA bandana around my head.
What's Mike Busey and Riff Raff rehab commercials?
Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I started seeing Riff Raff, the rapper, doing ads for this recovery place.
Zach from Ohio keeps calling. Do you want to just see what he's got to say? He's called 5 times.
Okay, Zach, get it all out. Zach.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, get it all out, man. Go ahead.
I wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Rob Shampoo, who is in the ICU in the hospital right now.
He is indeed. How's he doing?
I was texting him today. He seems to be doing fine. He thinks he's going to get out there soon, but I wanted to say I hope he gets better soon and is on with his life.
Absolutely.
What happened? I saw Shampoo's talking he was in the hospital a while back.
ICU, I think.
Yeah, for heart. And I saw that he put it up on Facebook, so I said fine. But he had some genetic heart thing that he keeps having to go. That's got to be scary. When the thing that keeps you alive is fucking up. When your truck has radiator problems or battery runs dead or whatever.
I'll get a friend for my buddy.
Yeah. Or any other organs, your kidneys, the heart you need. Literally, if it fucks up at all,
you actually don't even need your brain. You'll still be alive.
That's true. Right. You're right.
But the heart goes, you're done.
So, hope Shampoo gets better.
I'm sending him, I'm going to Amazon him some red spandex to wear while he's in the hospital.
Zach, how's your plumbing job? I saw that you were taking pictures of some weird-looking titties that you found in someone's storage room.
And he also works for Mr. Rooter, which still makes me laugh, just the name of it.
It is funny. No, it's going very well, and I didn't give the context for that photo. That was the break room of a hustler.
What? A hustler?
It's like a sex shop.
Oh, like Hustler brand sex shop. So you were doing plumbing at a Hustler sex shop?
Yeah, their water heater was leaking, so I went in and replaced the line.
Oh, my God. And, the irony of you going in to fix something, it sounded like the plot of a porno. The water heater's leaking.
That is very funny. It's funny, too, because, man, all the people I work with, I swear to God, they're so stereotypical. Like plumbers, anytime there's an attractive woman around, they poke you with their elbow and be like, dude, look at the tits on her.
Yeah, you're in plumber life now, bro.
Yeah. It's a different world.
Yeah, plum life.
It's like scuba diving. It's just instead of fish or redneck.
You need a sticker. You should have a sticker on the back of your car that says "Turd Life."
God damn it!
All right, Zach, get out of here.
Here's Riff Raff. You were talking about these. So Busey's doing these now too, but I first saw them when Riff Raff did them. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull this up here so everybody can see it. Here is Riff Raff. This is from Facebook.
All right.
Nice. Starts off with celebrations. Yeah, we do it for fun. We do it with our friends. Then starts getting a little hectic. You start doing it by yourself, winding down a dark path. We don't want that. You start feeling weak, start feeling sick, start rejecting people's phone calls. We don't want to talk to anyone.
Could they not get a squeaky chair? Like, what the fuck?
We can't have that.
Right.
We want to clean it up. We want to get strong mentally, physically. We want to head over to Boca Recovery. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I always ask for help, especially if I need it. Reach out to Dale D'Antoni. I got your back. D'Antoni, nice.
Okay, that one looks a lot worse than the Busey one.
Yeah, it does. So he's doing these. This is for Boca Recovery Center, and so I started seeing Riff Raff do them, and then like this is like a thing now where recovery centers are reaching out to influencers. And then especially if they think the target rich environment is a part of yours. So like Riff Raff and Busey are right up there with guys that are known for like drinking and boozing and smoking and doing drugs and stuff like that. Even though I think Busey only drinks, you know, and Riff Raff, I don't really know his story.
I don't think he does anything.
I don't think he does anything. But you look at him and they're doing these ads now for like recovery places. I'll have to find, give me a second.
What do you
I'll
think
find
they get
Mike
paid
Busey's.
for that?
That's the thing. I mean, it's got to be
kind of a Bobo commercial. I can't imagine.
Well, Riff Raff's done
much.
a lot of them. I mean, that's just one.
His suit is awesome, though, too.
Yeah,
I did
here's another one. Here, check this out.
Hold on. Riff Raff's a millionaire, and you could have, like...
Is he?
Look at this one.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this one. This one's like...
I hate to stop you dead in your
He's
tracks
ripped.
there, D'Antoni here. Over this past week, I've been getting a whole hoopla of messages about stuff that I just don't know how to answer. When you're on the road to recovery, rebuilding your body, rebuilding your mindset and your goals, I can help motivate, but I don't have all of the tools. And you don't want to just always call in and get on the phone with somebody and just spill the beans, spill your guts. What you want to do is hit up my friend over there at Boca Recovery, Chris Ferry. Good friend of mine.
Chris
You
Fisher.
DM him,
Like, oh my God.
Talk to him, follow him, say whatever you want to talk to him about. He'll tell you all the inside scoop. D'Antoni, straight to the hoop.
Yes.
A problem with drugs or alcohol addiction.
See, and then he almost has an element of comedy to it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
absurd.
yeah.
Because it looks like an old Tim and Eric
Well, he
video
always
or
stays in
something.
character,
Yeah,
so.
and he's doing his character,
Yeah.
Dale D'Antoni.
So, did both...
Sam and I love Riff Raff.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I
it
got
must...
to interview that guy.
It
He
has
comes
to...
to town like once a year.
Okay, so this is what I assume happened. The Boca Recovery, who probably makes a decent amount of money because, like, you know, they get a lot of insurance money.
That shit's not cheap.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be. I know if people have money, you spend like, $20K a month easy, and that's for like a mid-range. It could be way more than that. I mean, like celebrities, the real nice rehabs are like $100,000. They're insane. But so like a mid-range one is like 20 grand, 25 grand a month. So Boca probably gets a new marketing agency. The Boca
We got to
Recovery.
go young. We got to go influencer.
And then everybody's
smart.
going social media influencer and changing their marketing techniques instead of doing like traditional shit. So then they must send like I guess they get Riff Raff or Busey. I like to see.
Well,
the ones
here's
Busey.
Busey. I got it. Here, check this one out. This is Mike Busey for Amethyst Recovery Center.
Most of you know me as this wild and crazy dude who parties all the time with strippers and midgets. And don't get me wrong, all those things are awesome. But today, I'm coming to you on a more serious note. I'm not here to judge you, but some of you, well, let's be honest, some of you take things a little too far. I've teamed up with my friends at Amethyst Recovery Center. They specialize in treating alcoholism, substance abuse, aiding in detox from alcohol, opiates, barbiturates, and much more. I've seen too many amazing people fall into a life of abuse. Are you, or maybe someone you know, battling addiction? Are they no longer the person you once knew and loved? Well, I'm here to tell you, if you're watching this right now, you can still change your life. Please, right now, go to MikeBusey.com/help and make today the day you take your first step to recovery.
See, his was a little more serious.
Yeah.
Most of you know me as this wild and crazy dude.
Okay, sorry. It goes on a loop.
Dude, everybody's doing like a non-traditional marketing. Like shit, Dan Newland's putting on a free
You kind of have to, right?
Pitbull concert at the Central Florida Fairgrounds, and I'm still fascinated by if this is worth his money, like a couple $100,000 to put on like a free Pitbull concert for like that audience. Is that your target audience? Like, I guess it only takes one really big case for him to get a percentage.
My wife's in full production mode. She's like, too much copy, Jesus, making him read too much. Like she's like she's already editing the scripts. Thank you, babe.
So
appreciate that.
Do they reach out and they're like, we'll pay you X amount if you just sit down and make a
I'll do that
commercial
shit right
put,
now.
Put it on social media?
I want to see Big Tim do one of these. For some reason, Big Tim do.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, well, you need they probably have to have a certain amount of followers and stuff, and Busey and Riff Raff have that. We do not.
We don't.
Is there anybody you want to see do that though? Like, I mean, I could see like Robert Downey Jr. had his history and stuff, but he's too big for that, right?
I think he used to have to do PSAs about that.
Yeah, the Corn appointed. So did the guy from Friends. What's his name?
Chandler.
Matthew
Perry.
Matthew Perry. He used to have to do like those, court mandated drug. Those are the saddest ones too, because you could tell. Like
Frasier did too, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah,
these guys are
Glamour. That's my drag queen name.
They're
Kelsey Glamour.
They're way too rich
ugly
and famous to be doing this shit, but the court, our government, forcing them to do it. So it's like, we knocked it down a peg, Downey Jr. That is weird though.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Sam and I were like looking at those. We were like, what the hell are why are they? I want to know the number though.
Yeah.
Throw me a number so I know. Like, it's the only way I'll take it serious. And give me a number back of how many people. How many times did your phone ring?
Right.
I want to see what you paid versus number, because like honestly, for the people that follow Riff Raff, do you guys, does everybody in this room think it would work? Because I personally do not.
I think it might actually.
Yeah.
You think so?
He's got a
maybe I'm too negative.
Well, there's just like we have our BDMs, Riff Raff and Busey has their core.
Oh yeah,
and that core, I'm sure.
Oh, Riff Raff goes downtown and does a gig. It sells out. Like anytime those guys like Riff Raff, Mickey Avalon, Dirt Nasty, any of those guys are in that weird like alternative rap. I don't even know what you call it. Influencer rap.
Well, they're both millionaires at this point.
Yeah.
It's like with what they bring in. I mean, they generate millions of dollars a year.
And then Riff Raff, remember Riff Raff when he was being extorted by that girl, and then he did the crying video where he's crying and
what was it?
Saying that people were extorting him and he was like going to rise from the ashes.
No,
I'd have to find the video, but he freaked out. This is months ago.
Oh, really?
So it doesn't, like, to me, like as crazy as like his videos and things seem. That's why the Riff Raff one was like odd to me, considering it's like, dude, you have so much turmoil in your life. Why would I believe you and anything you have to say about recovery?
It's like, imagine
now Busey, I get it, because he's always made every time we've interviewed him, he said like, I don't really do much. Maybe occasionally I'll drink. I don't do drugs.
Well, think about it.
So that I get.
If a recovery center came and wanted to advertise with us, we would bring them customers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even with we have a smaller audience than those two people, and I'm sure there's some of our listeners that are like, would be like, oh shit, I heard Tom and Dan talk about this recovery center, and
we all know someone.
Endorsing. Yeah.
One of us is gonna have to go to rehab eventually.
Yeah. Well, there's one patient right there.
Yeah.
So that's great.
But
it's gonna be Butler.
It's probably it's probably like, hey, here's $5,000 to $8,000, record one commercial or something like that.
That's great.
Like all
Some
you have to do
recovery
is sit
center,
down.
hit us up.
Yeah.
We'll be helping people and getting rich.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they did it because they feel like their audience could actually benefit from it.
No money? No way.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's less. Maybe it's like, hey, we'll pay you $1,000 just to put this one commercial.
Like you want me to whore out my Instagram for that? It's worth more than that.
Yeah, you're right. I don't. That's the weird thing is that there's no set rate for any of this shit yet. Like, so it's all over the place. Like, and I feel like it's getting more and more set now, where there's like all these people that have huge Instagram followers or Twitter followers, like they can look up on the internet, okay, what's my following worth for commercials? Because now there's information, but like 5 years ago there wasn't. Like you could have probably got a lot of celebrities to do cheap ass endorsements for your shit, but a lot of after the Fire Festival thing, a lot of that shit's like. People tightened up on it because they didn't want to end up like one of these Instagram models that are promoting some bullshit.
Didn't that happen to Woodstock?
Yeah.
It's
they
done.
pulled out.
Yeah, like all the main companies or investors for
all
Woodstock
investors
all
pulled
pulled out because they were so afraid it was going to be a fire festival. So I guess they're claiming it's still going to go on. Is that
the promoter is?
Ooh, that's not a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
But they have no money now.
Oh, it looks like Firefest
We're
2.
still going to do this, but we have no investors or no money to do it. I promise it'll
Invest
be good.
in this credit card.
yeah. That's. But when I heard about that Woodstock thing, I was like, no one wants it. There's no demand for it.
People did want it, actually.
Yeah, but how many?
A lot of big names.
There's a lot of really good music festivals, though. Like, we were going over a couple of them today. I mean, there's so many good ones that you can trust.
The underground one that just happened at Virginia Beach that had Jay-Z, Beyonce, had a bunch of people. It was under the radar completely.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right. There's like the South by Southwest.
My festival days are over, though. So
no, that's a young man's game. Like, if you're still, I would actually like to talk to one of our listeners that's like mid-30s, still travels to go to music festivals.
Dude,
I like
there was BDMs all today that are going to Rockville this weekend.
Yeah, that looks like a good
That's a
time.
music festival.
Music festival
in Jacksonville.
That's
and they're probably all in their mid-30s.
Yeah. I'm
You're
just an old fuddy-duddy.
You're a no fun fuddy-duddy dad.
It's
what?
But are they
the term? Can you look up where the term fuddy-duddy came from?
It seems though like
because it sounds like I mean, I don't even know like fuddy-duddy. It sounds weird.
I want to find the person that has multiple kids and that is getting a babysitter and heading out with their old lady to go to Rockville. And it's gonna enjoy like
Janelle from 16 and Pregnant. She does it.
She's in like her early 20s, though, isn't she?
But she did like every time you see her, it's like her and her
Going to see
boyfriend.
Kesha.
You never see her and her kids.
Fuddy-duddy is
She's the
considered a word based on duplication and may have originated as a fused phrase made to form a rhyming jingle. Duddy is similar to daddy and may have caught on from a children's rhyming. Douglas Harper of the Online Etymology Dictionary reports it from 1871 American English of uncertain origin. So they don't really know.
So it comes from daddy. So it would have been fatty daddy. Became fuddy-duddy.
It's
like it was a British fuddy-duddy. Fuddy-duddy.
But you know what I'm saying, right, Daniel? Like I couldn't. I just don't relate to the people that still
you don't want to
hold on to.
You don't want to live in a
that
tent
fun.
either.
My neighbor is in his 50s, and you've actually had him in here. I'll tell you off air who it is.
All right.
He's in his 50s and was going to Rockville this weekend.
Is he a carny?
Well, that's
your way.
He might be.
That's fine, like because your kid's already grown and stuff. I'm talking about like you have kids, you have to go set up the babysitter and stuff, and then go because once you
could you bring your kids because the one I forget which festival it was. It might have been Woodstock or whatever, but on the very bottom, the reason I remember this is from your friend the Browns, from Andres, Miami friend.
They still go out to South Beach.
They do,
clubs
and one of the and I thought of them instantly. I'm like, oh my god, they could go to this because in the Woodstock itinerary or whatever festival it was, let's just say Woodstock for sake of argument. At the bottom, it had a list of different bands, and like some of them were like. What is it? Not Aquabats, but the show Yo Gabba Gabba and Cuckoo Kangaroo is going to be there.
No, really?
And I'm like,
weird.
oh, so they put stuff in the set of bands that's for children. It's kind of like Fringe. They do Kids Fringe here in town. I take Maisie to Kids Fringe all the time. It's during the day. So do they are they now targeting us like to say like, yeah, bring your kids. We'll have like I'm not going to leave them unattended, but we have entertainment for them.
Yeah.
Are they trying?
I don't know.
Like the last 10 years of Warped Tour, they did the opposite because it's all teens usually, teens and young 20s. So they're like, hey, here's a parent's tent. They literally had a parent tent. So you could set up. There was air conditioning with TVs
all the bands
and
are old as fuck too.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, here's No Effects and Bad Religion. These guys are 50 fucking years old. By the way, the new Bad Religion came out today. If anybody's interested,
it's because all the
and
bands
that's my favorite band
we listened to in high school. And now we're all in our mid-30s of kids, so it makes sense. But that's. I couldn't imagine.
Oh, somebody's chiming in. Saw Cuckoo Kangaroo versus the Aquabats. A good time. Huh. I didn't know that was a thing.
Did you with your kids or like by yourself?
I did not know that was a thing. But I mean, I would be more apt knowing that like a Cuckoo Kangaroo, which is like a kids group, knowing that they're going to be there. If I was able to like catch Cuckoo Kangaroo for Maisie and then pop over, grab a beer and watch like the first 3 songs that they used, I would do that.
Yeah, but then you're going to bring Maisie over, and then she's going to watch the Used.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but...
Well, she already listens to it in my car anyway, and she likes it.
No, but you're holding her in, like, and of course you're far away from the people that are, like...
you're right in the mosh pit.
Tossing her around.
It's like, and then you're
crowd
standing there
surfing.
like, I'm like, this seems like
I was at Jazz Fest like 4 years ago, and there was tons of toddlers and tons of kids.
Well, Jazz
is
Fest.
different.
Yeah, Jazz Fest a little different.
Get wine drunk.
but just as much marijuana.
True.
Maybe even some heroin.
Oh, yeah.
Those jazz cats used to always be in the black tar,
New
right?
Orleans goes crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
right.
I don't know. I would do that. Like if Tommy and Mags wanted to see like the Aquabat guys or whomever that is perform Yo Gabba Gabba songs, would you hang out for the first 2 songs of NoFX?
Yes, but I doubt I'd go take them out to a festival for that. It's weird.
Yeah, no,
like I don't want
it
to
is
stand
weird.
in the heat in in grass dirt. And I know it sounds very uppity,
elitist.
but honestly, those days are over. Like I did that shit when I was a teenager. Like
Plus, your kids are not the festival types.
No.
It's
it's just like it doesn't seem fun to me. It's too
It
fucking
does
hot.
seem fun to you.
I don't know.
He said that was it yesterday? Yesterday we got an email from this magazine, and I didn't even get it. Tom got it. So Tom gets this email from a magazine. They're like, hey, we do a feature of the week on different celebrities around town. We'd like to ask you questions and then have you answer. And we think having a podcaster such as yourself that's so high profile will be such a good feature for our show. And they asked Tom like the questions, and he forwarded it to me, and he said, "Hey, can you help me with this?" So
I didn't read. I thought it was to the show, and
no,
so
it was just to you.
So I forwarded to you, and I'm like, "Hey, what is this?" Which I could have just read it. I guess.
No. Comprehension's hard.
I read it, and I'm like, "Oh, this is great." I said, "No, you just answer the questions. They're going to put a picture of you with your answers, like in this magazine. It's like like an Orlando.
It's like called Orlando Family
AARP.
Magazine.
Yeah, Orlando Family. But it looked really nice. Like, and all the celebrities they had were like local broadcasters, like Martha Sugalski, Scott Maxwell. It wasn't people that weren't somebody being listed.
Titusville Josh from the Twitch chat is calling in about what is it, Kookaburra, whatever the hell you guys were talking about.
What line is he on?
Line 1.
Hey, what's going on, man? Have you seen Cuckoo Kangaroo?
Yeah, and it was actually Real Big Fish, Cuckoo Kangaroo, and the Aquabats played a show.
Nice.
It was a good time. And I didn't go with my kids. I don't have any kids.
But were there a lot of kids there?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I think that's a thing now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, I think it started with the Aquabats because
they got a new song out. They released a new song like 2 days ago called The Theme for Cobra Man. It's awesome. It's a really good song.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, look up Theme for Cobra Man. It seems like an old song to me, but they just released it like 2 days ago, and I love the Aquabats.
Yeah, I've been watching them, been going to their shows for years, and definitely with Real Big Fish playing, I definitely had to make it. And then Cuckoo Kangaroo was just kind of a side thing, but they were fun, It was a good time. It wasn't like, it's not music I'll turn on.
Yeah, no, I got you.
God,
but
Real Big Fish
it was good to
has had a goddamn long career.
Oh yeah, they're coming to town in a couple months.
You know what? Like I
listened to them in like 8th grade.
They're the band that I seriously, if they come on, I'll hate all over them. But I can't really hate all over them considering how
they've been.
How can you be in a bad mood when you listen to Real Big Fish?
Exactly, they're just fun.
They've been playing the same live show since like '93, and I still go see it twice a year if I can.
and I forget the gentleman's name who's the lead singer with the white sunglasses.
Aaron Barrett.
Yeah, Aaron with his long sideburns. I want you to grow sideburns like him,
Yeah,
Tom.
get some pork chops.
And then start wearing white sunglasses and a checkerboard shirt.
I want to interview them. Just be like 25 years of the beer.
That's
doable. They're coming to town.
Hey, email Beebs. Beebs from Beebs and Her Moneymakers.
Well,
that is, they're like best friends.
May have done that and not gotten a response before, but
a lot of
try.
marijuana in that circle. So give it about 5 or 6 more emails, and she'll get back to you.
I did have a little update though.
Please.
I'm PP Josh. I was the one doing the PP in the truck.
Oh,
okay. PP Josh, everybody.
Oh,
wow, he's
full
here.
circle. Well, my boss man, the week my school started, my boss man told me that was pretty much my last week. And so I've been working for myself, and I'm actually making more money doing lawn care and side jobs on my own. Well, last week I kind of fucked up and left a bottle of herbicide in a customer's backyard. So as soon as she texted me that, I went out to my truck and peed in it.
To punish yourself.
I'm a man of his word. I'm gonna, if I fuck up, I'm gonna treat myself like I would treat any other boss.
You know what? Good job.
Yeah,
I'm not clapping for
Good
that
sticking
one.
with it.
Yeah.
It's there it is.
Get out of here.
So I'm looking
filthy animal.
So the questions, by the way, can you just do this? I'm too lazy.
I'll do it for you. Do you want me to sign it, Tom Van?
No. Just do it for you. Just send it in yourself.
No, this is your turn to be featured.
Your
I already
time to
got
shine, buddy.
I got featured in the pet episode with Caesar. This is your. You're going to be in Florida Parenting Magazine or whatever it is.
What is that?
I don't know. Any press is good press, man.
Is it?
I don't believe that. Kramer said that. I think he's wrong.
I don't know, not one if I do
local
this,
podcaster Tom Van is a rapist.
You know how
not good press. Not good press.
We have a unique situation where if we do some marketing for ourselves, we can gauge whether it's working or not based on our own listeners telling us if they see it. At least that's how we know if it's even worth the money. Other companies don't have the luxury. You have to base it on hey, where'd you hear from us? And then if they put the billboard, then you know. But for this, the questions, number one, fill in the blank. You know you're in Orlando when blank. And I'm like, and then so that's the first question.
You can do joke answers.
I thought of that, yeah.
You could do just take an old Jeff Foxworthy, you're a redneck if, and just make the ending not make any sense.
yeah, redneck joke. And then the second one is what is your favorite thing to do on a hot summer day?
Wear red spandex and swim in my pool.
And then the next one is what is something you have seen or experienced in another city that you'd like to see in Orlando?
Recreational weed.
Yeah.
Although now that I have my
legalized prostitution at the Budding Ranch.
And then it says, what is your favorite sport to play or watch and why?
That's easy. Can jam.
It's it's no one cares about this, right? No one cares about my answers or.
Why so negative, bro? Is it the sickness talking?
It probably is. But I looked at this. I was like, what is this? I know it's that Dickie.
Do you want me to fill it? I'm going to fill it out uber positive, and then I'm going to submit a picture of you holding your sons looking so happy. And I'm going to over positive it so much you'll hate it.
Daniel, your wife actually wants to fill it out for Tom.
All right, there you go.
All right, Andrea, you do it. And then pick a nice picture of him and Tommy and Max to submit into the magazine. I think it'll be great.
Let's take a break.
Oh, we got serious.
When we come back,
no. Take the shot before the break, or when we come
let's
back?
do a shot. Let's do the shot. All right. Do you have a toast prepared, Butler?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. There's your new music.
All right. It's better to be a well-known drunkard than an anonymous alcoholic. Rock and roll 982.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Very nice.
Instantly feel better.
It's nice.
I told you.
It's an American whiskey, a tin cup. Fantastic
They do
stuff.
not sponsor the show.
They do not sponsor their show.
Hopefully it'll help Tom a little bit.
Yeah. That's like cowboy when you get sick.
Told you to shoot some whiskey.
I know. You're right. I feel unbelievable.
Have you guys heard
Clean out your nasal
the?
passages.
I know Sam has. Have you guys heard of the local punk band called Wet Nurse? And they're all ladies and they rule. Well, they just released a brand new single. They're releasing a new EP called Last Drop. It'll be coming out very, very soon. I spoke to them earlier this week. Might actually have them come in on the show, hopefully. And they're letting us play and debut this on the show. This is Getting Off. You are listening to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. There you go. Tom Van gonna freestyle now. Tom Van and I live downtown with my boys. I'm a clown. We go to Gringos Locos. I'll get some tacos, homos. Should have said that. Not acceptable now. My filter's wrong. It was a better time. It was a better time. Not now. You used to be able to say anything you want. Now, people are snowflakes. I eat cornflakes. I take naps.
You invented a new character, the freestyle rapper, that while he's freestyle rapping, because it's off the top of his head and you have to think fast, he says things that are inappropriate.
Yeah.
Maybe they were okay.
That's a good character.
In the late 90s.
Yeah.
And then you apologize for
I
it.
like the way that girl walks. It's just locker room talk.
yeah.
Brother pussy.
Like, yeah. You
used to be okay.
PC rapper.
Yeah. Well, you say it because
No, you don't know.
and then you apologize
you
for
have
it
to
in the
apologize,
rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just did.
Yeah,
What did
yeah,
I say? It was like gringos, locos. You get some tacos, homos. Oh, God, shit. Should have said that. 10 years ago, I'd have been the king of rap. Now, I'm a guy that deserves crap. For saying something bad. Tom Van.
Okay.
Gas used to be $1 a gallon. Jimmy Fallon laughs at all of his own jokes.
God, man, I never,
I need a pack of smokes.
I was, it's funny because talking about, I was texting Seth and Seth's like, he's like, you want me to come do news? The other day, I was like, we got Owen coming and doing news. We'll have you back.
I think he got his feelings hurt.
Oh man, he's gonna beat me up.
Now he thinks. Full transparency to everybody, and even to Seth.
I think you got him, Owen.
I have always. How many weeks in a row have I texted you about doing the news?
That's true.
5.
Like 5, easy. Yeah.
So I because even before we knew Bus was gonna be turning into a full blown fucking narc.
How dare you?
Even before that, I like to rotate in the guys that I know like love it, and Owen's really good at it. Chris Fisher's really good at it.
Yeah.
And Seth is really he is really good at it.
No, mention a Butler.
But some people,
I was like waiting for it.
Butler was really good
you're
at
an
it.
employee
You
here.
were really good at it. You were not good at reading emails. I'm just being real.
I'm not good at reading.
You were good at reading the stories because I think you had time to practice. But when he was trying to do what you do,
Well, to be
it was
fair,
bad.
there's bad grammar and punctuation in these emails a lot of the time, so it's hard.
Sam can decipher. She can weed through
Done
it.
this for 6.5 years.
But what's funny is I was talking to Seth. I was like, we did get one email from a listener that was like
Long time listener, good guy.
You shouldn't use, and it's funny because we've gone over this before and stuff. With like when we would joke around with someone, if they're like being emotional or something, you would yell gay and make everybody laugh and whatever. But
actually,
but
gay
or saying or calling something gay using it as a negative connotation, like it's not right, and we know that. And
it is not.
It's funny,
but the joke came from. I don't know. Have we ever told the origin?
You're kind of
story?
making fun of the
have.
ignorant by saying that in the... Anyway, it's hard to explain. We're not doing it as any sort of knock on gay people whatsoever, obviously.
It's like when... It's like when you did, you're doing something and you're talking about your sons and you're getting overly emotional. And I'm like, you on your fucking period.
Yeah, that's not right. Yeah,
it kind of falls in the same effeminate category. But I can understand where if you are gay and saying something and using that for things that are, quote, lame, it would hurt your feelings because you're making people feel like less than they are. I get it.
I understand.
And I would probably feel, I'm a sensitive cat. So if I were gay and I heard that, I would be sensitive to it, guaranteed, 100%.
But it's interesting in the
fact
fact
then I'd
that
rail on you on Facebook.
Like in like that's something that wouldn't have ever been an issue in let's say late '90s.
Oh my God, I'm pee-peeing my pants a
early
little bit.
2000s.
That's how long. That's how old I am now. I came from the bathroom, peed, sat down, and then my dick goes.
Oh my God.
A little more BB came out. I just pissed my pants.
That's fine.
I pissed my pants at Disney over the weekend when they put the bar down on the
push your bladder
on the
a little bit.
aerial ride, and they pushed on my bladder, and I pissed my pants.
But I started looking back and I was like, that's fine. Like we used to say that shit in high school or whatever, or like in early college or whatever. Then I'm like, shit, that was fucking 20 years ago. And like, and you couldn't make that like in the 90s when people used to say like, oh, it's fine. And it wasn't fine to say shit that you used to say in the 70s. And then every 20 years, times change. And then I felt like an old ass man. I was like, God damn, 20 years ago was still like late 90s, early 2000s, and the times changed.
So are you calling Seth gay? Is that what you're doing?
Gay!
When you said old ass man, I just pictured you, but you look young, but then I pictured you pulling your pants down, and I'm like, oh, look at how old his ass looks. Like you have an old ass.
Yeah, oh yeah. So, okay.
Who's got the oldest looking ass in here, do you think?
Well, probably
Butler.
Yeah, oh yeah, Butler.
Why? I'm a squatting.
Well, it used to be chubby. And
Yeah,
then
you
got
fluctuate. So it's a
You got that
sad
baggy
butt.
ass. Yeah, it's like this.
yeah. There's extra skin. From, I saw
Butler
Fat
Bo
Butler.
Baggins.
And a British ass. Yeah.
Oh yeah, British ass. We see a lot of British.
White.
You both are British.
Yeah, we're both British.
Both
both
Butlers.
British and both butlers.
That's crazy.
Your last name Butler too?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I love Tom never knows
you
anything
look
about
you
our
look
guest.
like each other too.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is
Distant
weird. You got the
relatives.
same hair,
Yeah.
roughly the same beard, good smiles, you know.
So
Good stock.
I may be
Poor handshake.
So I think it was it this week's OG show that we released, the one about throwing your kid in the pool?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw a post on the BDM page, and like I may be totally wrong about this, but I think on that OG show we were talking about like throwing your kid in the pool, and that used to be a thing in the 80s and whatever. Like and like, oh, my dad taught me how to swim. He just threw me in the deep end or whatever. And then I think on the OG show we're like, that doesn't happen. No way. So
Well, I think you called me on it because I basically told the story about how I used to wear my flugels and I had a bad temper and I'd bite them. And I bit both of them and I started to sink. And my dad, he was a lifeguard. They just kind of let me struggle a little bit. And it did contribute to me learning how to swim.
Of course.
But it wasn't like
But you were already in the water and floating around. I'm talking about never being in a pool and being tossed in.
Well, this
Yeah.
okay. So this I won't bust this listener out. He's a good listener and he's a good BDM. But he's like listening to the OG show, and I can honestly tell you that my dad did throw me in my grandma's pool when I was a little over 1 year old. I could swim before I could walk. And he's like, listen, I learned how to swim that day. Long story short, my mom almost divorced my dad. No floaters are used. So anyway,
we were full blown Native American.
Well, he's talking about like that's the day I learned how to swim. Like at 1 year old, my dad just threw me in the deep end, and then underneath it, another BDM's like did the same thing with my daughter and niece, and then he talks about how good of a swimmer his daughter is now, and I'm like, no way.
But
at
then there's
1 year
also-
old, like. They just threw you in the deep end, and then like miraculously you just learned how to swim that day.
There were other, I don't know if it was on that thread or another one, because there was quite a few in the BDM page about it. But I think it was a female BDM that was saying that happened to me, and it did not help me. It actually terrified me of swimming. Like I didn't want to swim after that because I traumatized.
It's like kids with dogs, you know, like once you've been attacked by a dog,
like
if
a
you're
Rottweiler
really young,
that stands on your chest.
Yeah, that story. My God.
Future, that's for the future.
I had
future shows. That
Future
was
ACT.
That was on Monday's ACT. You have to tune in because we
buddy.
call both of our moms about pets, and it's phenomenal.
I can't
Phenomenal.
believe that. At 1 year old, someone just, you're
it
throwing a
doesn't-
1 year old,
doesn't happen.
and then they just miraculously learn how
They
to
don't.
swim from like struggling for their lives,
No.
and then like that's it, and then like from that day forward.
I mean, at
it's
1
gotta
year,
be
you're
a-
barely able to do that thing that babies like. My wife and I always make fun of Maisie when we watch videos of her being a baby because they don't know how to move their hands yet, so everything is like really slow. Like, and then they'll look at their hand like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" You know, there's no way that they're like they
not
get in
an
there and
intuition thing?
Yeah,
Like-
then they just go.
Well, you took Maisie early on to the what's that ISR training, and so
she fucking hated it.
So professionals teach like 1 year old and toddlers and stuff how to basically if they fall in the pool to turn upside down.
Yeah, it's a flip over thing. It really has less to do with swimming and more to do with survival.
drowning,
And it takes them a while to teach the kids even to flip upside down. Like they're not just like, hey, it'd be pretty cheap. By the way, it's not cheap.
No.
They're like,
and it's like
it's
every
just-
day, dude. It's every day.
Yeah.
At a certain time for like a month.
Yeah.
Or
That's
2 or 3 months. Like you're going every day. You give it to because the lesson's only 5 minutes long. Like you go there. They take the baby, they do the thing. It's going a little bit, flip it on its back, 2 hands on the wall, and you just keep doing repetition.
It's not like a cat that knows to land on its feet.
No. In fact, it takes repetition, and then the next summer you do a tune-up. You go again. You know, it's all repetition. It's not toss her in the water. Hey, there she goes.
Yeah. So what is it? Is it that they're misremembering this?
Or it could be where it's the whole we're Native American, where it's family tradition and family lives.
It's a family
well,
lives.
we have him on the phone right now. LJ on line 2.
Okay.
Line 2.
Yeah.
Line 2, counterpoint. What say you? Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Tom thinks you're full of shit, and he thinks you're gay. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I honestly was thrown in the pool when I was a little over a year old. My mom has told me this story numerous times.
Yeah, but
no. Do you remember what you were doing at a year and a half?
No,
If
that's
you're
what
from
I'm saying.
Fayetteville.
You don't
I've never
either.
been swimming. I was swimming before I was walking. My parents, the whole family tells me that I was thrown in the pool. My dad pretty much shit punted me in the pool. Said he's going to sink or swim. He was ready to jump in the pool if I started sinking, but somehow I managed to come up, and that was my first day of swimming lessons.
Now, you see why I'm skeptical of this, because I, too, have heard these urban legends all my life of, like, guys be like, oh, my dad, he threw me in the pool when I was young, and I learned how to swim.
This arrowhead's the one that our family used to kill the great bear.
Now,
being a brand new father, I could not imagine doing that.
No.
But
I can understand, not even imagine, but also understanding that doesn't even work.
Oh,
because it takes weeks of training to teach a kid, especially a toddler, even to flip over on their back.
It's called, you're the man of theory and logic, right? So it's called fight or flight.
Actually, what Code Red 1 in our Twitch chat room calls it is white trash folklore. And that guy, hey, email me, you get a shirt, because I think that is the term we were looking for. All of this shit, because you're too young to be able to refute the lie, right?
No, attempted murder.
Yeah, well, okay. Now, here's the thing. I don't dismiss the fact that your dad did that. I think he actually did. But that's not where I think you learned how to swim. Like, I think you may have done that, and then maybe you flipped over your back or whatever. Because at a little over 1, you're not paddling, treading water.
You don't really have any strength.
Yeah. So, like, maybe you were able to flip on your back and you didn't die.
And that was the problem with Maisie when she first started, is that it was new to her. Like, what is water? You know, what the fuck am I in?
Yeah.
You know, so for her to get to the point where she got good at it, and she did get good at it, but it was day after day after day after day after day.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that's not where you learned how to swim. You learned how to swim for, like, weeks of maybe doing that, or, like, a long period of time. Then like, I just don't believe that was the day you learned how to swim, and then it was like, well, that's done. Like,
And I'll be honest, I mean, I took swim lessons. You know, after that, I mean, but I was swimming. I was able to go over to my grandma's house, and my parents could throw me in the pool, and I could tread water and keep my head above the surface and not drown. But was I proficient? No. I mean, there were some times that people would jump in, but I could do it to where I could keep my head above water. Simple as that.
Okay.
I wasn't a Michael Phelps for sure.
But what I'm saying is that it wasn't because your drunk dad threw you in the deep end and then that was the day you learned how to swim. It must have been weeks of being in your grandma's pool, learning slowly, and then swim lessons and stuff. The urban legend of my dad threw me in the deep end that I learned that day, I just don't believe. Can we agree on that?
All right, hey, it's your world. I'm just living in.
Oh, you beat him down so far. Oh, my God. All right.
Also, I heard you do handyman work. Give me a call.
Yeah, okay.
Not every
Tom@tom@tom@com.
I do give you a shout out to your concrete guy who did that countertop. That looks good, man.
Oh yeah.
It looks good.
Great. Yeah.
It looks good.
He's like.
All right, I got shit to do. Y'all have a good one.
Oh, sorry to waste your time.
We got another phone call.
I gotta go back and learn how to swim. I'm taking swim lessons now. At 55 years old.
We got a call on line 1. I think I know who this is.
Thanks for calling a mediocre time. Who's this?
This is Mike B.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much. I wanted to call in with a swimming pool story from middle school.
Please.
So I remember in middle school, we had this rule where half the week we would swim in the swimming pool, half the week we would run through the field and do field games. And if even one person dressed out for swim day, we had to sit at the side of the pool while this asshole swimmed. And one day, this motherfucker Eric signed up, dressed out, and we all sat by the swimming pool and gave this motherfucker the most evil looks the whole time he swam.
I don't get it.
So in class, in gym class, he had the choice of either swimming or playing in a field, having outdoor time. And if he's saying one person dressed out for pool, then they all had to dress out for pool.
Oh, really? That's weird. Middle school?
Yeah, James Madison Middle School.
Oh
I've never heard of a pool.
We didn't have a pool in my middle school.
I didn't have a pool in high school. I a military base.
I don't think we had a pool in my high school either.
No.
Trust me, I would have been in there if we did. So I want to see some titties.
I've never heard of any middle school having like an option of like
you went to
swimming.
Fancy middle school.
Well, we were the finest of Brevard public middle schools, so yes, we had a pool.
And where are
Brevard goes hard. That's
Where,
what I hear.
if the girls decided where they wear bikinis and stuff like that would be a
Whoa,
highlight of
calm
my
down,
well, I'm just saying.
One piece, bro. Describe these middle school bikinis to me.
No, you know what I mean. Like you're in
I
middle
don't
school.
know what you mean.
Well,
I have
not
a
now.
daughter.
That's how it works.
I have a daughter.
I'm just saying, if you're in middle school and then like you have a pool option, and then the
I
girls
would have
in
gone. Yes.
Who wouldn't want to choose the pool option though in Florida too?
Yeah.
Like, why would I want to play in a stinky old field,
why did
dusty
you
hot field,
Thank
and
you,
not
Owen.
get in the pool?
Yeah,
Thank you,
but
Owen.
in middle school, you're like self-conscious. You got buds.
Yeah, you got titties,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you're like, you want to see titties, but you don't want to see your own titties.
Yeah, you have to. Can you wear your shirt?
So how it worked was, because half the week we would swim, half the week we would run the field. The days we weren't in the pool, the girls were in the pool.
Oh, segregated swimming.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
To keep the horny middle school boys.
But like it genders, not racial.
Yeah.
Just want to clarify.
So
If
it
you're
was a
middle
lot of,
school,
like-
segregated like racial swimming.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, yeah. Well, the other quarter of the week, it was black girls got to swim, black guys got to swim. They segregated it all.
All right.
Mikey, what are you doing?
Mike B, real talk for a second.
Mike's doing skits
you,
now.
do you still got your nose ring?
No, I don't. When I went to jail, they took it from me, and I lost one of the balls.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You lost your balls in jail?
I lost my butt plug in jail.
Number one, hold on.
Yeah.
So when you went to jail, they make you take out your nose ring.
Yeah.
That's a sad time.
You had to take out all your piercings.
Well, yeah, they don't want me shanking some guy in the shower with my nose ring.
I know what that means. I put my nose in a couple assholes.
So
Listen, I need safety. I'm a soft white guy. I need safety in prison.
People in the chat room were like, Mike B went to jail?
Yeah,
What did we miss?
What'd you go to jail
missed a
for?
lot.
You missed a lot.
You missed a lot. Just hashtag hot taco.
It must have been recently because I saw your nose
God
ring.
damn it, Daniel.
Hey, what is your name?
Mike B. Shut the
No,
I went to jail for smoking my weed pen.
No, what's his
outside
name
work.
again? The Moon Boots.
Johnny Moonbags.
Johnny Moonbags. Yeah, he's Johnny
Oh,
Moonbags.
God damn it.
You were smoking your weed
That's
pen?
not me. That is not me.
And then
Okay, so
a cop rolled by and he's
Yeah.
like,
I'll let Mike
I
tell
was
us.
drunk after work, sitting outside drinking heavily because that's what I do after I get out of work. And they pulled up, and I was smoking my weed pen, and they're like, "Hey, is that a weed pen?" And I'm like, "Yep."
No, never say yes.
I want a show of Mike B and Tom.
That'd be great.
It would be
That'd
the
be
best
great.
show ever.
Yeah. They always say no because here's the thing. Then they got to test it.
Mikey B and Tommy V.
Yeah.
Tom. No.
Counterpart.
Every time I've ever told the cops, like, "Here's my weed. Here it is." Cool. They're like, "All right, cool. That's fine. No problems." This time they're like, "Oh, well, it's a weed pen, so that's a felony."
Oh, felony.
Yep. To
But
concentrate.
Punch Up helped
you're
me
right.
out and got me off that shit. So yeah.
All right. Did you have to go to court?
I went to court while I was in jail.
And then how'd you get off? Like, is that a first time offense? They
He
were
stuck
just
his
slapping
nose ring in some guy's asshole. That's how he got off.
They're like, "Mike B, you're too soft to be in here. Just get out. Just felony, get out."
All right. That's what they do nowadays.
They were like, no, we need some Dos Tacos.
Here's the thing. You look at
My
it
wife
like
loves Dos Tacos.
it was the best thing that could ever happen for your nose ring because I was gonna start
What do you think
making
he's too
fun of you
old for the nose
Oh,
ring? It's
yeah,
like when I made my
I
wife
have a
take
nose
out
ring.
her belly button ring.
Yeah. No, but
Yeah,
you're
but
yeah,
you fall
got a
under
cute
the
one.
Lenny Kravitz law, and I've implemented this in my. If you're cool enough, if you're cool like Lenny Kravitz, you can still
I'm cooler than Mike B. You heard it here.
No, but Mike B had
Mike B's softer than you. Lenny Kravitz, tougher than Mike
Oh,
B.
You have the bull thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God,
the septum one. That gets too
That's
far.
it's an aggressive move.
Yeah. You got the.
I'm softer than both Tommy and Mac. Like,
That's true. Oh,
That's
Max,
true.
Max can beat you up so easily. Oh my God.
Oh, he would. I'd feel position immediately and just cower under him.
No. All right, Mike B.
We love you, buddy.
Good talking to you.
Love you guys too. Have a good one.
You too, man. See ya.
Thanks for not falling asleep on the phone.
Oh shit!
Come on, I gotta razz him. I gotta razz him.
By the way, Max is at the point where we got a little seesaw next to connected to our playground, and Max was on the bottom part of it, and Tommy cannot lift Max up anymore. Max is that much heavier than Tommy.
It'll become bully land.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like
because he's sneaking the Easter candy in the corner.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Did Tom tell you about that?
Yeah. I saw Max. He had he was sitting in the corner of his room. He was looking into the corner.
Oh,
and,
like Blair Witch
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah. But I saw him fiddling with some shit, and I was like, Max,
he's discovering his penis.
I was like, what are you doing over there? And he's like, well, and then I saw
oh shit.
He had chocolate in the corner of his mouth,
shit.
and he was opening up the second Cadbury.
Yeah, get it, Max. Dude, that's your son.
Cadbury kid.
That's your
Look
fucking
at
son. This motherfucker on pain pills will eat a sleeve. That's 8 Cadburys. My wife was enabling him.
Give me your pain pills. Where are you hiding those? But
my wife would come home and from IKEA and bring him like the dime, the little Swedish candies, and the fucking Cadburys. You were high off of pain pills from your shoulder injury, and you just sit in the chair and just eat Cadburys.
It makes you want to eat the sugar for whatever reason.
It really does.
But and Tommy's not like that. He's a rule follower. Tommy will never eat something without asking
the narc.
permission.
I love him because he narcs out Maisie, he narcs out Max because they get into trouble.
He's gonna get his ass beat.
Which is so.
I love him.
It's so
he's the good one.
Bizarre to me that you could have two different personalities growing up in the same household, basically at the same time. They're 14 months apart, and one could be the total rules follower, never waver from that, ask to do anything. If we said hey, eat half this ice cream, he will eat only half and not anymore unless you ask.
I saw him.
And Max just fucking sneaking jelly beans.
He reminded Max. He's like, look, they told us to only eat half. What do you do? Remember? He's setting him straight. He's like, what do you do? What are you out of your mind?
Yeah. And then Max doesn't give a fuck.
Max be cool, bro.
It will get to a point where Max is pushes him down, eats his ice cream too.
Oh yeah, then he pushes the old man down. I'm in.
Then I have to come over there, and then Crystal's like, okay, the boys are out of control, and I'm over there, and they're like, she's in the back room, and I go to the back room, and you're laying on the bed, your nose is broken, there's blood everywhere, like Ric Flair. Remember when his son-in-law beat him up, and you're laying back there, and you're like, I'm fine, I'm fine. And I'm like, you're drunk. And you're like, I'm fine. I can take that motherfucker.
Yeah. That's gonna happen. Let's do.
What do you want to do, buddy? It's your show. We got a lot going
on.
No.
You
want to do gripes?
Okay, let's do some gripes.
Okay, I don't have an intro for it because we've never done this before, but instead of BDM for life, I called it BDM for gripes. And here are your 5 gripes of the week according to BDMs on our BDM only Facebook page. Number 1, and they go in order. So the number 1 gripe with the most amount of likes is from Eric. He says, I'm a conflicted old head comic book fan with Avengers Endgame being out and the biggest thing on Earth. I'm really happy, but I'm also feeling a tinge of weirdness when I see the beautiful women in a goddamn Guardians of the Galaxy t-shirt. I got beat up in 5th grade for drawing Cyclops. Where the fuck were you people back then?
No, I love that gripe. That's hilarious.
Well, so it's cool to be a nerd now.
It's cool to be a nerd
That's
now.
a great gripe, Eric.
That is a great gripe.
I think you nailed it. It is cool to be a nerd, and you and I kind of saw the shift of this really early on, even when we were doing morning radio when our good friend Tuttle, he was really into Doctor Who and all this kind of shit. And I've always been into comic books and stuff like that, but I would say that I was never really outward about it. Not that I was afraid of being teased.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it actually that everybody was into it and they were hiding it? It was like their guilty pleasure, or is everybody new into it?
I don't think it was
not
a
everybody,
hide.
But
I don't think it was a hide as much as you just didn't. I don't know if you just conversed about it as much. I was in band, so nothing is nerdier in high school. Than band, but I was also in the drum line, which for some reason got some sort of a pass.
It has to be something like it's just universally accepted as this is cool or this popular. So it's like Avengers, your stereotypical nerd.
None of that shit would have been fucking cool if it wasn't for the movies.
But yeah. Then the athlete, because now, you look at all the athletes. I mean, they all play video games. They're all into the comic book stories and stuff like that. And so, and I think it's just the popularity of it and how big everything got.
Yeah.
Of course, it's you're gonna have a gigantic audience, and but there's still stereotypical nerd. But I understand what he's saying. Is like now it's the hot chicks, the popular people. Everybody's into.
I mean, everybody's into it. Biggest movie of all time ever. Yeah. Nothing bigger than it right now. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I think
score one for nerds, I guess.
And back in the day, there just wasn't this content out, right? Like you're talking about like 70s, 80s.
There was. I mean, like I had a lot of comic books. Like my aunt Pam, gave me. Maybe even thousands of comic books.
It was more niche, though. It was more. It was more. I think buried within culture. It wasn't just in your face like you see it everywhere now.
It's trendy now.
Yeah.
But I remember my friend. I talked about. Remember the story I told you about being picked up for my first sleepover at Jeremy Shanley's house. That his parents were really into fantasy, so they were the family that had like a horror movie night. You'd go to his house to watch Conan, to watch Red Sonja. They were the people that had the incense burner that was a dragon with a They came out of his mouth. They had the crystals. They were. I saw his mom's. I saw her titties one time because she was always wearing like a sarong, and they were more like
hippie,
probably more along the lines of your pot smoking,
liberal parents.
Yeah, I mean at the time, and he was the one that had the Playboys. They were a lot more liberal than what I grew. I grew up very conservative, go to church kind of a thing. So that was like, and his influence and other friends that I had that ran in the same vein. That's how I found out about comic books. Like one of my favorite comics was Jeff from the Old Soma Cow podcast posted last night. Remember Gru? It wasn't. It was like he was like a Conan character, but it was like a comedy comic called Gru. Then another one, Long Shot. I love the Long Shot comics. All of those are great. X-Men, was it X-Force? Might have been X-Force. But all that stuff, I started like really getting heavily into it.
Yeah, whatever happened to the good old days where every dad was a scary alcoholic racist? That's what I remember.
Jeremy's dad was awesome.
If the dad came home, you ran.
Oh,
you were scared to see him.
Got out of his way.
Jeremy's dad was rad. He was a chef. He was like a classically trained chef. So he was the first I still remember this like it was yesterday. His dad made us grilled cheeses, and I went outside to eat the grilled cheese. I remember taking a bite out of it and thinking, the fuck is this? It's so pungent because his dad used like real cheeses, not like American cheese. I grew up on American cheese. We were poor, motherfucker, but we had like not even Kraft.
Thrifty made sliced cheese.
Thrifty made. That's Winn-Dixie brand. Yes, ma'am.
I remember staying over at my friend's house and his dad making me paint the fence the next day.
That's what dads used to do. He'd be like,
if you're going to be here,
two boys here.
Put you to use,
yeah. I don't remember any dads ever making any food for us
at all. No.
Or interacting with the kids at all.
He worked at this like hotel, and he was like the lead chef at the hotel. So when he cooked for us as kids, I mean, like it was the first time I tried, what is it? Rhubarb. It was the first time I tried. I think like escargot, stuff like that. I mean, like his dad was like they were like an out there kind of a family, and I appreciate now when I look back on it. I didn't know how lucky I was to actually be spending time with them, and like they were the first people that would like. Hey, it's horror movie night, so tonight we're gonna watch the very first Nightmare on Elm Street.
How old were you? Way too young.
Way too young. But it was one of those things where that wouldn't have. Not that my mom and dad were conservative too, because I'm not conservative at all. Not that they were unreasonably conservative. It just that's not on their radar. Horror movies, not. My dad liked Chuck Norris, and that was it.
I remember
Delta Force or nothing.
When I would over at my friend's house, like peeking out into the living room, if we saw my friend's dad like sitting in his lazy boy watching the news, we would go the other way. We'd be like, "Oh shit, he's there!" It was always you're afraid of him,
fucked up, man.
And you never spoke to him whatsoever. And if he was ever he came to talk to you, the friend or whatever, you're like, "Oh shit, something's gone bad."
Yeah.
Gripe number 2.
All right,
This is from our good friend Jessica. She says, how about how expensive good boob jobs are? They should come free with every childbirth.
Everybody likes that.
That would be dope.
How expensive is like?
I thought it was like 5 G's.
Yeah, see, I like my wife's titties right now after childbirth. I mean, I think they look great.
I told her to start a GoFundTees.
That's good.
Now
people would pay for it.
What, for hers?
She'd probably have to post pics of the after.
Yeah, or at least complimentary squeeze.
I know some people that go down to Colombia and or like South America.
No, you don't want to get that.
No, you get cheaper, and they got good surgeons down there.
They feel like concrete, though.
But how do you know?
You recommend the internet now,
And
like
Ziploc bag.
Listen, it's not a bunch of living in the middle of a rainforest here. It's the goddamn giant city. But it's cheaper.
Butler's envisioning them cutting you open with a sharpened rock and then putting 2 Ziploc sandwich bags in there and then stitching you up with turkey twine.
I think one of my friends went
Same
down
movies, man.
to Colombia to get her boob job, and it was like half the price.
My friend went down to Colombia. She was looking for a boob job.
I think you can get a really good, decent boob job in Colombia for like $2,500, $3,000.
That sounds like a sex position. The old Colombian boob job.
Get a new kidney for like $300.
Yeah. No, that's a whole different thing. Like you can start going over to India and stuff and get kidneys and
like medical tourism and all.
Yeah.
Gripe number 3 is from Kieran. He says, I would like a segment called Motion of the Ocean since Tom doesn't believe in it. Listeners submit sex questions. Tom answers first, then the show discusses. Maybe bring in some Fairvilla reps to answer and waggle dilders. Tom gets uncomfortable. Hilarity ensues.
I like this idea.
Yeah, I like this idea too.
This goes back.
Why do you get so uncomfortable with sex questions?
I just get uncomfortable when you go too far.
Why? Swervy Jones sent me a text message the other day. Said, "Hey, thank you for the whole stick your tongue out and you whack the D on the tongue."
Oh, come on.
He's like, I just tried. It's phenomenal.
No.
He just tried it? That's surprising to me.
See, Sam knows. She gets the.
Swervy's a Bulgarian. I'm surprised he just did it.
I stick to my motion in the ocean thing because that's bullshit. It's we said it a million times, but it's like it's not the size of the boat; it's the motion. Like, what motion are you talking about? What is someone doing?
Oh, yeah.
Different position.
Dropping what is that? The motion?
Yeah, it is. No, different angles.
But that's not the saying.
Move the hips a bit, bro.
It's
speed.
How would you know?
It's the motion of the ocean, not position. Okay, I understand if it's like.
Are you rolling your hips while you're doing it?
Yeah,
you're doing
what are
it
you
wrong.
doing?
He's stiff and quiet.
Are you doing the
Yeah,
the
man.
dolphin?
Do the wave.
No one does that.
Like,
Channing Tatum.
You know, like
Do Channing.
my wife will start grinding on me. It looks like she's fucking dancing.
No. I'm talking about the saying. Is
And then
for the
I
guy.
get into it too, and then I'm doing it, and then I'm like, and then we look like we're doing a fucking dance video.
Well, hold on.
Looks like one step forward and 2 steps back.
I've watched
shake my titties.
maybe 100,000 hours of porno, and I've never seen any of them do a weird dolphin motion.
Are you ever focusing on the dude?
Maybe
I'm
have you
looking at
ever
the
put
dude.
your penis inside your wife and then done the scoop?
Okay, I'm just saying that
sex scoop.
It goes back to throwing your redneck kid in the pool. It's no one's doing the dolphin.
People are doing things, Tom. You've only had sex
Yeah.
with one woman. You don't know.
I know, but
Yeah, we're doing things out here.
But it's
We're out here doing things.
It's a bright, big, beautiful
Full
world
tomorrow.
out
Dude, I
there.
had sex to Ja Rule the other night.
You did?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Living life.
Do girls like oh he's doing it wrong? He's doing the regular sex. I want him to do the dolphin. Like no, there's the girls like that.
doing the regular sex.
Are you telling me that, or is that like?
It's real.
Does everybody here know
do
that?
something? You know, I mean,
Like what though? What are you saying?
Tip, full shaft, all in, kind of, you fucking,
How about
that's not the motion?
How about you?
Yeah, it is.
a motion.
A little bit on the top.
That's a tip shaft, all in, full in. Then say that. Don't say it's the motion of the
sounds like
ocean.
choreography. Tip,
man.
shaft.
Let's say change positions, tip shaft. That should be the saying. It shouldn't be the motion
No,
of
but
the
then
ocean.
sometimes you go tip
That's how you move
on the
it.
top,
A
and
little
then you go
wiggle waggle.
in, and then you go out, and then you go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then you go lick, and then you go back in, tip, whack, whack.
Well, that should be the saying. It shouldn't be the motion of the ocean. Okay.
Well, but that's I think that's all included in motion of the ocean.
No,
and then my new one
It's included.
is hands under, hold the basket. Pull it in. She wants to go away. Pull it back in. And then
Wait, what's the basket?
And then a arch back. And then a oh god. And then a yeah baby. And then a whack.
Well, that's different than the motion of the
No,
ocean.
that's all motion.
It's all motion.
What doesn't tell anything?
That's the whole ocean.
That's the whole, yeah.
That's a goddamn naval battle.
All right, next.
All right,
Get out of that pond and get on the ocean, bro. Yeah.
Next gripe is from Dan. He says, guy next to me in the theater yesterday was audibly burping through Avengers and slurping his straw at the bottom of his drink. I was compelled to say something. Theater etiquette is severely lacking.
Yeah. But that's always been
Do
a
you
thing,
say
right?
something, though? I mean, I know your answer because your wife normally would say something, and then you would have to end up fighting the teens.
No, yeah. Well, that's loudly talking and being like super disrespectful. The burping and the slurping seems like just a gross person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And then what do you say? Like, hey, buddy, stop burping.
Well,
like,
you know
it's
what's funny
weird.
is
Stop enjoying the beverage you bought. Yeah.
I'll bring this up on the Friday Free Show because we did it with the. This is a thing that came out from. I'm trying to remember what segment it was. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it because it was on a web page that's private. And it's a BDM webpage, but I don't want to. Never mind. I don't want to end up sharing something that's considered private because that's against the rules, so I won't do it. But anyway, it's
we'll just talk about it. You can break your rules.
No, but then I'm breaking the rules of the group. They kick me out.
That's your group. You can
I
do whatever
know
you want.
that, but
no one cares.
I will kick you out.
I'm gonna respect.
I just mentioned a whole post from.
That's true.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
Well, no, it just had.
What are you gonna do? Cancel your membership?
Oh my God! It has to do with theater.
Don't tell them to do
No,
that.
it has to do with
You
theater
gotta bully
etiquette.
them and hate on them.
It has to do
That's
with
why I love
theater
it.
etiquette. And, remember what had happened to Jim Phillips about the guy,
Yes.
taking his shoes off in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
And then it happened to Dan Cummins, our wife. It happened to Dan Cummins' wife,
Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay, but I'm trying to think where they were at. Was it a Starbucks? Yeah, I think Lindsay was at a Starbucks. And the guy took his shoes off and was sitting Indian style, on their chairs.
Gross.
And then she could smell the guy's feet. The feet thing seems to be like I
People
think,
do it a lot on planes.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys does everybody in the room feel like etiquette since...
Absolutely. Look at you at Disney with the lady in the
Oh, my
flashlight.
God. Why'd you bring that up?
It's true, though. Same thing, though.
Everybody's a narcissist, and no one now cares about anybody else around them or is shamed by anything. And I think you're going to bring back shaming. I think
I shame people.
That's what Dan says. Dan says that there is a level of shaming that has to happen in order for you to stop these people and break the cycle.
Yeah. I mean,
I think his comment after this was, you have to start shaming these people in order to start correcting the behavior.
I agree with that.
Think about what happened with the dogs on the airplanes thing. Because everybody became so sensitive about shaming anyone, and then every person that wanted to bring their Yorkie on a plane would just go online and fill out the $13 form to become their dog become a service dog and get the little vest, and then so they could narcissistically travel with their tiny dog because they didn't want to put it down below or whatever the hell. And then everybody started doing it, and no one started saying anything. The lady sits down with a Yorkie that's pissing on the floor, that's shaking crazy because it doesn't want to be in this plane, and you're claiming it's your service dog for emotional distress. If we were to shame those people from the beginning and be like, lady, what the hell are you doing? That's not your service dog. That's your damn Yorkie, and you don't need it. And if we would have shamed those people, it would have stopped them a long time ago.
I think I figured out my Halloween costume this year is going to be my wife can just dress normal and dress fancy like a rich person, and I'm just going to wear an oversized service dog vest.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to be a service man.
Yeah.
I should be able to fly for free if I'm. Here's our last one. This is from Matt. He says, I've not always been the boss, but I don't remember telling my boss how much I don't want to do certain aspects of my job. My gripe is how open subordinates talk about not wanting to do work. Don't talk about it, right? Yeah, I think he's on to something. I remember I would be given tasks.
I was like, nope.
I would be given tasks, but I would never, you know me. I was a decent employee, even if it was shit I didn't like. I would just go and do it. And that's just I don't know if that's good or bad though. Probably
if there's a problem with the task, you have to bring that to light, just in the same way that you have to shame the person that's doing something wrong. If there's something wrong at your job, it's a bullshit thing, then it has to be brought to light. Yeah,
I think it depends.
You do the thing that's asked of you, but you absolutely you have to bring it. You have to talk about it.
Yeah. What, are they talking about the like your employees talking shit? The boss telling an employee to do something.
Is your fever breaking because you're sweat crazy?
Yeah, I got super hot because the sun is now beaming in here.
Do I need to I'll turn the air down?
It is something. Yeah, something's happening.
It's getting hot as hell in here.
Something's
I take my hoodie off.
Your hair's sticking to your forehead.
My God.
I think that shot broke my fever, and then now
you sound better than you did earlier.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. It's but I'm fading fast. So I'm hot. I'm sweating. Like my entire back is wet.
Drink some more of that pure.
I know.
Fuel up.
But
it's 71 degrees in here, guys. So there's
hot.
no reason. No, what are you talking about?
It's usually 35 degrees in here.
There's absolutely no reason to be sweating.
All right, should we take a break and then come back and we'll do...
Is that the last gripe?
Yeah, that's the last gripe. That's all 5. Thank you guys for participating. I'll do that every week. You can leave your gripe on there. BDMs for gripes.
We'll come back. We'll do Owen's product a bit. We did
maybe a little bit of news or
a
something?
little bit of news.
Or emails, whatever. You got enough to do. We'll come back. We'll get you out of here safely, buddy. I'm sorry you're not feeling good today.
No, that's fine.
Let's see. Music-wise, what... Oh, yes. This is awesome. This is my pick of the week. This is Mavis Staples. And if you like Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, if you like classic soul, if you like throwback, you're going to love Mavis. She's incredible. This is her song called Anytime. She's got a new album coming out on the 10th. It's called We Get By. She is a soul legend. Enjoy this, and we'll be back with more Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this.
Give me a one-way ticket somewhere I've never been. It's not good, not perfection. Unless you want to, unless you want
Oh, I thought you were going to freestyle.
Why would you?
I always think you are. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Butler, who's in charge of sales, is here as well. He's crunching numbers. We have many listeners that are hanging out. Our good friend Owen from the Ono Radio Show is on news today. And before we do news, and even if we get there, I think we're going to do products. So before everybody gets back, because we're kind of keeping it loose today, and gets in here, do me a favor. For those of you watching on Twitch, for those of you just listening right now, audio only, and you don't know what Twitch is, you can always go to twitch.com/TomandDanLive and watch all of our shows. That's ACTs, special guests, comedians that we have in. We didn't have one this week, but normally we have comedian interviews. I take all of those and I upload them later to YouTube so you can watch the replays of all of that. If that wasn't enough, we did a update for our app last week. Well, I know there were some issues. Our good friends at Mako Media already did an update that was approved immediately. I don't know how they were able to do it, but it was approved in less than an hour by Apple. So we already have fixes for the update that we just did. So our update got an update.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, and Android guys, an update's coming for you guys too. Brett from Mako, these guys, they're so awesome, man.
They are good.
They are so good because, like, we give them feedback and they're like, fuck it, we're fixing it. And yesterday, they worked all day to get an update out and literally did it within an hour. So just kudos to them. If you think we don't put money and time and effort into the app, you're really wrong. We've really been working hard on trying to raise the user experience and make it better.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of money, at this point, it's probably like we dumped like 20 grand in there.
Don't talk about it.
Don't tell people to cancel their BDM subscriptions.
Yeah, that is definitely the new Kratom is
you don't
the
like
app.
it? Cancel it.
No,
you don't like it? Delete the app. You know what? I will give you $100 if you cancel right now.
So Owen,
you want to do products?
Yeah,
because I got the theme song.
Products.
Products.
By the way, it's twitch.tv/Tom and Dan.
Oh yeah, thank you. See, Owen knows.
He's on Twitch. He's
a real host.
Products.
Since we share hosting duties, we fuck it all up.
Space. Technology. Business. Cufflinks. Buzzwords. Future. Space. Products.
Products today brought to you by Red Cypress Brewery. RedCypressBrewery.com. If you're looking for some really good Mexican lager, they brewed some recently, and we had
were you drinking
when Ryan came in.
Which one?
You ordered, yeah, those are good.
The Mexican lager, Red Cypress.
I'm sorry I didn't have any limes. I think that'd be really good with like a real fresh, maybe a key lime in it. You know, like oh god, they're good.
They brewed a couple new beers that are available this weekend if you want to go pick some up. But Red Cypress is all over the state of Florida, so go by your local ABC. Pick up some Red Cypress. If you do, hashtag TDABC for that. And check out redcypressbrewery.com for all their new beer releases.
So I'm assuming it's the ones in red, right?
The ones that have the red, yeah.
Is there a particular order you want me to go in? Because we have Dream Silencer.
Let's do,
we have Growler Chill. We have a Loon Cup. And we have Noisy Bear.
Oh, and you want to explain, Charlie, you did this once for ACT. It was great, but explain what Products is.
Products is where we take a look at all the random stuff we find on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, all the, the areas, GoFundMe's type things. And you find some really interesting stuff on there. Some of it's great, and some of it is, well, less than great. And we kind of we almost like to play a little bit of a Shark Tank. Like, what would you invest in if you were to get pitched these? Would you are you in, you out?
And technically anybody could invest into them because they're looking for investors, even if it is just like, hey, buy this product that hasn't been made yet. But once we reach this certain money, we will make it and then deliver you the product first.
Absolutely.
Like kind of like the
coolest cooler,
and then a bunch of other scams that Daniel got scammed by.
That's where the whole idea came from. So I think the first one, because we were just talking about beer and Red Cypress, I know they sell growlers there, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They have growlers.
Yeah,
and I believe they do growlers as well.
Yeah. We'll refill a growler. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
okay, cool. So this is let's do the growler one first, because I think this is an actual good product that might actually have some substance to it. So let's check this one out.
Here is Growler Chill.
Growler Chill started out as something I just couldn't believe didn't exist. I mean, it seemed so simple. Something to keep your growlers cold, out of the fridge, ready to serve. The idea was born 2 years ago.
Oh, man.
He's a tan old man.
Rule number one is, even if your owner is the owner, if he has a lisp, don't have him do the video.
What just happened to Tom?
Yeah, Tom is...
What's going on over there?
He's holding his sneezes in.
Don't hold it in, I told you.
No, if I sneeze, it stinks.
Oh, it does stink.
It
smells like aluminum foil mixed with acid.
Yeah.
Father's Day, when my son called me up and said, Dad, I'm looking for something like a kegerator, but for growlers, and I can't find one. I thought surely something like this has to exist, so I came across several growler-related products, but nothing solved all the issues in one device. Next thing you know, I'm cobbling pieces together in my garage, and that's where the story really begins. Growler Chill solves the growler problem, and if you drink craft beer, you know what the growler problem is. Growlers go bad, quick. There are 4 things that make beer happy. Beer likes to be kept cold, it likes to be dark,
Here's a list.
kept under pressure, and
A serious
protected
list.
from oxygen.
Like a, what do you call that? Like a lateral lift?
Overbite or like a...
I think it's called a lateral lift. Like there used to be a girl that we worked with at iHeartMedia who couldn't say her ethics. Like she talked like this. So whenever she would go like, "Hey guys, are we going to lunch?" I'd be like, "Yeah. Do you want to go to Sam Setzer's Steakhouse?"
So
I would. And she'd go, I've never been to Sam Setzer's Steakhouse. And I'd be like, "Oh, it's really good, man. They have a good buffet." Let's go to, guys, do you want to go to Sam Setzer's Steakhouse?
So this is basically...
I'm an asshole.
It's a kegerator that you put your growlers in, and then you could basically pour them like a regular tap.
Yeah.
Makes it like a draft system.
Okay.
What do you think of that? You like this? I like it.
I think it's kind of cool. I think you can get 3 growlers and 3 taps, so you can have different things going.
Oh my God, look at this old man again. He looks like Dirty Jim.
This is already available at Total Wine.
Yeah, this guy looks like
Is
Dirty
it?
It is 100% already available at
Yeah,
Total
I think
Wine.
this is already
Oh,
available.
okay. Well, then.
Now, what here also, like, how much beer? It's like 30, how many ounces? Or it's like 60.
A growler is 32 to 64 ounces typically.
Okay. So
there was a discrepancy. Remember when our good friend Justin Clark went to Congress in order to help them because there was an issue with only having 32-ounce growlers? They couldn't have any more than that. I think that it's since changed, but...
Yeah, that was a rule. It's just like when you get a growler, I feel like
My dad used to use the term growler for a pussy.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like,
I think I have
he'd
too.
be like, oh, look, she been over in the begonias and I saw her growler.
So
Slit is another one.
Yeah, I hate that one.
Hatchet one.
You don't like Slit?
It's a good enough idea, but I feel like most people, they're drinking their whole growler
No,
when they get home.
I can't.
Even a lot of craft beer.
Even a crowler is like, that's
It's
what?
a lot.
32 ounce, right?
Is it 3 beers?
Yeah. This is 3 craft beer. That's fine. I mean, that's what,
Yeah, but
you
I
want.
usually drink like 2. Maybe Andrea has the rest.
And then it goes flat in the fridge. I can see this.
Yeah.
I like the idea that you can have 3 of them, so you can have different choices.
Sure.
You can, it's good for probably entertaining, that type of thing.
Although it looks super expensive, and I feel like
Does
it
he give a price at the end or anything? or?
These things, they never give you a price.
Like if you're this advanced, you'd probably just get a slim keg for your draft system at home. Although slim keg is a lot of beers. If you want just
I mean, if you're living in like Asheville, North Carolina, or somewhere where you're totally saturated with 180 different breweries, this might be a great concept. But for someone, if you're not getting growlers from numerous breweries, you're not going to utilize it. Then I don't see the
Well,
perk
like
in this,
here,
but-
I'll throw this up for our Twitch listeners, but you get wood veneer tap handles, brushed stainless on the outside. You get polished chrome. Everything's like polished chrome, very, very nice, dark enamel.
What do they want for this
antique
thing?
brass. I don't think we know.
I'm guessing it's no less than $250.
Yeah, it's
it's more than that. I was thinking
Wait,
it'd be
where
like
are we not going to talk about the top hat he just put on?
Well, because they're penguin, he wears
That
a top
doesn't mean
hat.
he needs to.
So he was putting the top hat.
Yeah.
on. Okay.
It's
He's a dumb old man.
Yeah, it seems like that thing would be like $800 or something. Like something real expensive.
So I think even though we think and we agree with Owen that it's a good product, it's not something that we could see ourselves
It's
kicking.
a Sky Mall. It's like the on.
Chris
in the
Fisher owns
in
one
the
for sure.
airplane.
Yeah.
This is for Fishers only.
Yeah. It's for uppity beer snobs to dye their beard. I don't even know if that's true. Everybody else just started saying it, so I just jumped on
Go with it.
No, he does. He just like I dyed mine, but I didn't stick with it. I did mine as a fluke.
Let's go for the next product.
Which one do you want?
Let's do the basketball one. It's the Dream one. That
Dream
one.
Silencer?
Yeah, Dream Silencer. Let's go with that one.
Sounds terrible.
You're
Sounds
gonna-
like what Tom does to children.
Tom, you're gonna love this.
Okay.
All right.
The Dream Dribble.
Starring Tim Hardaway, crossover king. Old white lady. These black kids in their basketball.
Yeah. She's fixing her her picture frame.
Who did her hair?
Sorry, I can't hear you. What?
There's black people playing basketball.
Did they give her an iPad to pretend like it was a phone?
Also,
Okay, first of all,
did your parents let you bounce a basketball in the house?
My dad would have literally. My
Whoop my
dad didn't
ass.
know karate, but he would have scissor kicked my brains in. If I'd have done that, he'd have thrown a whiskey glass at me. No.
Yeah.
I was a soccer guy. Kicking the soccer ball in the house was a one-way ticket to being grounded immediately.
This is
immediately
indicative, though, of our society that kids don't go outside so that they're playing basketball inside the house.
Agreed. That's a nice hardwood. That's real hardwood.
And look at all the knicknacks around. Like if that ball gets arid, like if he misses his dribble or whatever, he's going to be taking out all the family photos.
Oh yeah,
he's missing his dribble.
They have a lot of family photos too. I feel like that's the point they were trying to nail home, but you went too hard.
Yeah, and then also, if you're a rich white kid practicing basketball, just stop right now.
Yeah.
Start learning accounting.
You're more likely to be a dentist.
Yeah. You're wasting your time.
Let's go back and see. Let's finish this.
But
one.
Tim Hardaway, though, is going to have a solution for this problem.
Oh, yes. Oh, he can't even dribble. This kid's a load. What?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Jake, I wish you'd stop bouncing that ball. I can't hear myself think.
Incredible acting on the
Yeah,
woman
really.
who in case for those of you that are audio only, when he bounced the ball, it scared her so much that she put her lipstick all down the side of her cheek.
Which I feel like was a joke often used in sitcoms in the 90s, that I've never seen in real life one time. Like, my wife puts her makeup on while she drives down I-4. And
Perfect every time.
And never wavers and never at one time has slipped up. And
she's literally slamming on her brakes and putting it on perfectly.
And most women know how to do it very well.
I don't.
Yeah. My wife can do it like anything driving. My wife can slam on her brakes while handing a toy to Maisie and a snack bag, opening it with one hand.
I saw someone eating cereal and driving.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, how the hell?
My wife can eat
Oatmeal?
soup while driving down the road, 90 miles an hour.
insanity.
All right, let's keep going with this lady here. Jacob, get your shit together. Oh, he's
Fuck this
mad.
kid. Beat his ass.
Hello there.
Uh-oh.
Jim Hardaway?
The fuck you doing in my
Did she say Jim Hardaway? Jim Hardaway?
Also, isn't there like a thing?
She wants to feel the motion of his ocean.
Oh, yeah.
About I forgot who.
Look at her. Look at her. She's
thinking
about to
it.
spit out some stupid stat. Right. She's about to be like, Tim Hardaway, 5-time champion. Like,
let's see if Butler's right.
And it's always like the magical black guy just appears.
Yeah.
Like that, I think Spike Lee was talking about how that used to be a thing that was like racist.
Hello.
Used in like Bagger Vance and like where you just magically pop up. Anyway.
Yeah. Here we go.
NBA All-Star?
Yeah! Butler! But you win, buddy. You win.
It looks like you need to get your life together.
Come on, baby. We about to jazz up your world. Like, why you got to be so stereotypical? You know? Oh, God.
What you need is this. Dream Silencer by Dream Dribble. It silences a bouncing basketball.
Good banging on that
and
little
it also
trampoline.
enhances dribbling skills. As you can hear, the ball is very loud.
My God.
But with Dream Dribble, you can't hear nothing.
Oh, I don't like those sounds. But with Dream Dribble, you can't hear nothing. She goes,
She's horny.
So let's describe this for anybody not watching on Twitch.
Put your nose
It's a T-shaped.
Put your nose ring in my asshole.
It's a T-shaped trampoline.
Little.
It's a detective trampoline.
Which I also feel like is going to give you a different bounce.
Yeah.
Yes. So it does
It
nothing.
doesn't feel like the old hardwood.
Although,
it's like throwing a Nerf football.
Also,
and then
you're limited to where you can dribble. This is dumb.
Sam hates it.
Although,
go outside, for the love of God.
Like, that is the dumbest invention. I feel like
this one's pretty dumb.
Why just retire and enjoy the good life, Tim Hardaway? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
maybe he needs the money.
But you're rich.
I want to see
You
just
don't know
a
what
little
he's
bit
done with his
more.
money.
I want to see a little bit more here.
Silent. When you dribble a basketball, it's all about rhythm. And when you think about rhythm, it's about dancing. When you think about dancing, you're thinking about music. And when you think about music,
Oh my God,
you're thinking
stop.
about the beat that the ball is playing on the floor or on this
How
dream
high
dribble.
is he?
Like, you know,
He sounds like Tom that one time you were describing business and you're like, if you can get 2 clients, you can get 4 clients. If you get 4 clients, you get 8 clients. If you get 8 clients, you get 16 clients. If you get 16 clients, you can get whatever that is.
I know. Come on, Tim. I know bullshit or whatever.
What's amazing about the rest of the commercial, if you fast forward a little bit, is that they go outside and show this kid has a full basketball court in his driveway.
Okay, folds up,
no
and
need
there's
to
the
be
kid.
inside.
All right, he's so happy, and mom. Oh yeah.
Oh
Look
my
at
God,
Yeah,
that
hold
is a
on,
full
hold on.
basketball
Let me go.
court.
with paint.
Yes.
Here we go. And then it's Tim Hardaway, and then the mom.
Look at her. She loves it.
She wants that big old Hardaway, not that soft away.
Look at her rubbing her titties. Oh my God.
Oh, come on.
What is this for?
Listen.
This is not
he
for the-
disappeared.
Yeah. So,
all right, there you go. There is.
I don't feel like that was an actual product. I think that was a trailer for a porno.
Or like a Saturday Night Live sketch. It
real
did not seem real.
just play a bunch of charity golf tournaments like every other retired NBA player does. Like, that's all you need to do. You don't need to come up with cockamamie bullshit products and hawk them with horrible GoFundMe commercials.
Exactly.
Cheesy, not even well put together. You're just gonna be mocked by all your former teammates and be like, "What are you doing?" But you're right. This does scream like.
Okay, now Jeremy D gives us a little bit more insight, saying that Tim Hardaway is basically an unapologetic homophobe.
Oh.
And that he's been shunned to the point where this is the type of stuff he has to do.
Well, he doesn't have to do anything if he was saved his millions.
But he might not have.
If he's still trying to bring in some money. I mean, I didn't
He could
know
have
that.
gambled all his money away.
I
or something.
did not know that.
It's
interesting. Very, very
look
interesting.
At Tim Hardaway's net worth. Look that up, Samantha, and see what it is.
It's
got to be millions still.
It's got to be.
Where do you want to go now?
This
Cup
one's no. This next one's gonna make Tom really angry. If you thought the last one made him angry, this one's specifically for him because I know you hate high fives. You hate. You hate. Like. Communal.
Well, Juan
like,
got to
pep
it faster
talks.
than I did. 28 million.
28.
That's a lot of money. He doesn't need to be doing that dream dribbling or whatever the hell.
This is something that your cousin came up with,
friend,
and asked you to endorse.
Awful.
And you got nothing better else to do, so you show up for a day. And the film crew films you. And they're
hey
like,
Tim, you want to be in the commercial for my product? Oh man, is it gay? No. All right, I'm in.
That's the only thing he needs to know.
The only thing he asks. Is it gay? Yeah. Is it, no, I can't.
I'm out.
Sorry, I'm out. Is it gay? No. It's a basketball dribbling trampoline.
This next one though, it's the noise something or other. I can't remember the name.
Noisy band.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. This is your next promotional item, Tom, for T&D.
Here you go.
Hey guys. Noisy bands are a bracelet that play your own custom sound effects when you give a high five or a fist bump.
Oh,
check it out.
What? No.
So
yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm 100%.
So many fucking yeses.
I want to punch him in the face.
You have to do it.
Now, hold on, I gotta start from the beginning because
You know what, Butler? Hit me one of them shots. I can't.
Hold on. Here we go. We're going back in.
3 shots there. Ooh.
Hey guys.
Want to
Noisy
drown my
bands are a bracelet
sorrows.
that play your own
Someone
custom
came
sound
up with
effects when you
this.
give a high five or a fist bump.
Check it out.
Noisy bands are perfect as a humorous giveaway for your next celebration, whether it's a birthday party, a bar mitzvah, or a launch party for your skydiving for babies company. Actually, that's my next Kickstarter idea, so if you're interested in helping out with that project, just let me know. Noisy bands also make for a uniquely memorable promotional item for your business and ear-catching swag for your sports team or school club.
Is he in his mom's
what the fuck is all over his
bedroom?
wall?
Yeah, well, he's a kid.
How old is he?
Yeah, I don't know, 17, 18 years old, probably.
Also,
No way. Look, he's got a mustache.
if he is 17 or 18,
testosterone.
did he go back to the early 2000s
Yeah,
to find phrases? So drop it like it's hot.
For real.
You know, like
I think he's trying to be. I think he's trying to be like
Is this like his
awkwardly
stand-up?
hip. You know?
but you're still come on. The Drop It Like It's Hot was a song that came out in. I mean, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, but if you wait long
Still
enough
on
and
my
do
rotation.
it, it's kitschy. It'd be like if I go this year as Austin Powers for Halloween, people think it's funny.
So
you know what I mean? It's just outside of the scope where if I do it, I'm annoyingly cool.
This is purposely
No.
bad, right? Like Sharknado.
Absolutely.
Like this is the
I
Sharknado
think so.
products.
100%.
Okay.
Let's see a little bit
Yeah,
more
it's gotta
here
be.
of a noisy band.
Whoa,
Oh, shit.
wow.
Gnarly.
What's up, yo? Awesome!
Are they waterproof?
It appears so.
Now I'm in.
Are you mad yet, Tom?
Eat.
It's-
Eat.
You know what? I know what I'm getting Tommy for his birthday.
Yo, noisy band.
I mean, my
they'll be
kids-
slapping
they'll
daddy's
like
big
that.
belly.
Yeah,
They'll love it.
But why? Like obviously, this is marketed towards kids. But
Or anybody who loves fun.
this is stupid.
Oh, here's the
BDM
guy
is coming out
again.
next
Here's the
week.
guy. Hold on, here he is.
Of street performance with the rest of the world, especially in an age when genuine human interaction is dissolving.
And when having a conversation with a friend, too old for me and swiping her thumb across a lifeless chunk of plastic.
That's when I
Oh my
decided to invent
God.
a toy that would allow people to enjoy the engaging energy of face-to-face interactions even more. I'm stoked to announce that after a year of late-night soldering and 3D printing, the Noisy Band is complete.
Oh shit, this guy's like a genius.
Manufacturer aligns
No,
with
Like
he's not.
Zuckerberg right here.
cost to produce and ship. By ordering a noisy bin, you will not only be one of the first humans on this planet to enter the age of high fidelity.
Has anybody hold on, has anybody seen the SNL skit with what's his name? Kyle Mooney, where he does like the college access like is this not him?
That's exact. Yes.
Hey, we're having a rager. It's like you're doing this. You're doing Kyle Mooney. I can't take it right now.
Also,
this looks fake as fuck.
If you have a 3D printer and a soldering gun, invest into a lav mic so we could fucking hear you better than your iPhone speaker because you sound like you're in a
+1 Tom for saying something I wanted to say.
Well,
I'm proud of you.
Your audio
Normally, you're
shit.
not the one to come to the table with the hey, your audio sucks, but. Nice job.
I mean,
I'm very proud of you.
Nowadays, you can get a Bluetooth lav mic for pretty goddamn cheap.
He probably could have made his own, like you said. If you're clever enough to invent this product, you could have invented your own lav mic. Here's an idea: invent the lav mic to talk to your phone. That's your product. Have you seen the new mics that they're coming out with now that are tiny little? They're by Rode, the same company that makes I think your mics, Sam. They have these little square mics that link with your phone or with like an H6. And they're tiny, and you can just hold them. They're like literally the size of an ice cube, and you can just hold it and do a podcast.
Or just put it on your collar
you can
or
clip
whatever.
them anywhere and clip on the top of a digital SLR.
I'm glad
like a dowel rod like Bob Barker.
Yeah, you could.
It's funny because
people are using pencils. They're putting them in the end of pencils because as a podcaster, all you have to carry are those tiny little ice cube mics, and then pencils. Stick them on the top, and you get a full blown mic.
It was just make a
And
mic,
then
make
take
him
your
hold it.
shitty
No, but like they're trying to show you how to do it on the cheap. Like
so heavy.
If you didn't have a lot of money,
well, you could put a little piece of aluminum so I can hold it.
Harder to find than a pencil. I'm gonna stick up for pencils here.
All I'm saying is that I'm glad they've actually upped their mic technology because we've done it for video cameras. Like I see on Facebook you can get a iPhone charger. You stick it that has a video camera, which is for sure only for videotaping people nude or changing. It's 100.
It's for nannies, Tom, to make sure babysitters are taking care of your kids.
I do like the on the commercial. They're like, it's the nanny.
Did you ever catch your nanny coming home like from dinner or something, like masturbating?
Oh my god!
What the hell are you talking about?
What always happens in the pornos?
No.
Did you have cameras in the nanny's room?
No.
You come home and you find the babysitter. You never see the kid, by the way, but you come home and you find the babysitter.
You mean you catch her live in action?
You forgot something. You're like, I forgot the bottle of wine that we're taking as a gift to the dinner we're going to. And you walk in, what the fuck are you doing? Adam,
100% Tom wouldn't say a damn word.
I need to punish you for doing that by fucking you right now while my wife's in the car and it's running.
And also, don't you want your security cameras known that they're there?
No.
Because that'll deter
Seth doesn't.
people from
I'll cut that.
from doing
it. Was like the old fake security camera that they would you could put up back in the 90s.
My
If you
dad
didn't
had
have the
that,
money for the real camera,
My dad
you'd
also
put
had
up
the fake cell
one.
phone antenna on his car.
Yeah.
He did.
It's kind of like the
People think I got a cell phone in my car.
you know how every once in a while you see a cop car that's abandoned, parked in the medium or whatever, and they did it just to keep people from slowing down or whatever. That's all you need because guess what? Everybody saw that cop and was like, oh shit, and slowed down. And so if you what is your purpose? You want to catch the nanny abusing your kid, or do you want to put up the camera and then the camera will make your nanny not abuse the kid because she doesn't want to get caught?
I would prefer
stop it before it happens.
I would prefer to not watch my child be abused on camera. I would prefer that my child tell me that the nanny was abused,
or just
saving me. Having to see.
Put the big, we got security cameras in here. It's
What?
big, obvious security
shit,
camera.
that's not good.
We don't need the
I
hidden
didn't know that.
one.
I'd love to see some of the footage.
No, don't look at it. It'll be a
Do one
lot
more
of
product.
me on there.
Do you want to do one more?
Yeah, let's do the last one.
The last one here. I get tired of every product essentially being a smart product, right? It's something that can tie to your phone, and it's just uninventive, right?
Sure.
Like, I think that's everything these days is one of these smart products. Well, it's as the only female in the room, Sam.
Yeah.
You're going to be the one that has to judge this for the rest of us.
All right, I like
What's
the
it
last
called
time
again?
you had a female product, I was for it. The jeans. I was
Okay.
for that.
those jeans were cool.
I was down for those.
All right, here we go.
What's it called again?
Loon Cup.
The Loon Cup.
Oh God, if this is a period cup,
It
I'm not
is.
for it. No.
That women have to go through every month.
I'm not shaming women that
This
use
is
these, but I will not.
While there are many kinds of sanitary products used to dispose of their menstrual blood, Loon Lab has taken a different approach. Menstruation blood is not simply waste that should be thrown away. It can provide great value in the form of critical health information.
Where is this going?
Chewing gum. For the last 3 years,
Oh, I gotta
Loon
throw
Lab
up.
has worked hard.
That's the worst
You're
thing
a
you've ever
fucking
said.
animal.
That's the worst thing you've ever said.
Second to something on Monday's ACT about a hamster.
Yeah.
Or no, about a mouse.
Introducing
And their teeth.
self-made meatloaf gravy.
To successfully develop a practical way to measure menstrual blood. Introducing Loon Cup, the world's first smart menstrual cup. Loon Cup has embedded sensors that track and record the volume, color, and cycle of menstrual blood, as well as body temperature.
Your blood is jet black and gallons of blood are coming out. You are dying. We have a breach. We have a breach. A scab fell out of your panties.
Hold on.
Oh my God!
Is this something?
Loon Cup is scared for you and for your family.
What I don't
Tom is
understand-
speechless.
Yes,
You got him.
I got him.
Well,
you
I
got
don't
it. Owen, you made Tom. Tom has no. He has nothing to say right now.
Well, I've never even heard, and Samantha, you tell me, of like.
She don't know about this.
explain-
Samantha's not here. She went outside to smoke a cigarette. She don't even smoke.
Explain cupping to Tom.
Well,
what's happening?
Okay, so if I've heard, and Daniel knows, we talked about it for years. If if your doo doo is like white, then you got
Oh, that's
problems,
bad.
or dark black, you got problems.
But
and-
but you wanted a nice, rich mahogany.
yeah, or if you pee pee and a straight Coca-Cola,
If it's
like our buddy
Coca-Cola.
Dre
Coca-Cola.
does.
You want it like white or like a little hint of like off-white.
Or if you're peeing straight blood, like there's,
Well, that's not.
Whoa, peeing straight blood?
I feel like if you're
There's
peeing
tells.
blood, you shouldn't call it peeing. I'm
Yeah.
bleeding from my penis.
Right.
Hemorrhaging.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I mean, like if you're like, hey, I'm pissing blood. No, you're not really. You're dying.
So, okay.
Peeing blood would be different.
We all have heard this before or whatever. So now in the period world, which is the worst theme park ever. Everybody's angry.
Put your wristband on. No. I gotta wipe your wristband on. Hold on. There it is.
Do doctors tell women if something doesn't
Scan your tragic band.
if
your
it
string.
looks different other than regular blood? I'm trying to be as not discussing it, but like, do they tell you like if this looks different, do you then consult your doctor? Is that some thing?
Okay.
Your
so
blood is lumpy.
Weird to answer this, but there are different stages of a menstrual cycle. So sometimes it is lighter, and sometimes it is
Stage
darker.
4, stage 4, the boosters fall off back into the ocean.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
That's what I thought.
But do the doctors
But
say
the
like, hey,
doctors will tell you if anything is okay. So you start
Abnormal.
having your period at like what 12, 13. So yeah, if you
Oh,
if you
God, why are
find
you
something
saying
that's
this?
abnormal, yeah, you tell somebody. You tell the doctor.
but this is saying that like
I'm not sure what this product is doing.
well, it's saying it's test
For what?
if
If you're healthy or not,
Let's
based
see.
on
Hold on.
your,
Let's
based
see.
on your
Let's
blood.
see. Let's see. I mean, hold on. Here we go. We're going back into period.
Well, they were saying it's not waste. So what are they using it for?
Well, let's find
Oh
out.
god.
Energy. Loon Cup
Energy.
knows
They're
what-
using it for energy.
Oh, solar energy.
We're going to
period
power.
blood
We are
energy.
now going to power the moon.
well, they're
I can power the studio with my period.
they're claiming that they could.
Well, I guess I'm quitting.
Women are finally going to get that
No
pay
offense,
raise.
I love you and all, but if that's what's keeping the lights on, I think I got to find another job because I'm too old and I'm setting
You
my
don't
ways.
have to look at it or
Can't
touch
adapt.
it.
Yeah, but if I go out back and I see that our filter's low on red, I'm
Don't
gonna be
look at
like,
it.
the lights start flickering.
Our backup is diarrhea, so we're
lightheaded.
fine.
I feel
Whether
lightheaded.
it is inside or outside the body. Outside the body, the cup can connect to a smartphone. letting the user monitor her menstrual data. This can aid in early detection and prevention of gynecologic disorders. Before the invention of Loon Cup, menstrual data could not be measured in a precise quantitative way.
Why?
With this data, users will be able to monitor their health condition without a doctor's appointment. To promote women's health among the underprivileged, Loon Lab has prepared a program to distribute Loon Cup to women who are unable to afford normal sanitary equipment.
What?
Because they have a smartphone if they're that poor.
Yeah.
Look, I'm pretty sure maxi pads are going to be cheaper than this Loon Cup.
Yeah. And also, like, what is weird
I
about
feel
this?
like passing out right now.
Is like
I don't do well in these situations. We were just talking about this. Like when we're talking about this kind of stuff, I get like weirdy.
It's the same.
It's
like
natural.
No, I know, but a lot of things that are natural, terrible. I watched a
You
hawk
talk about diarrhea all the time.
driving to get my coffee
just
this morning.
vagina diarrhea.
By
Oh,
Lou-
too far.
I'm over
Look
by,
at the babies.
I'm over by Lou Gardens today, driving to get my coffee,
I've had too
and
many
I
shots.
see a hawk fly down, and the hawk flew down. I'd saved this. I forgot to put it on the list, but I'm remembering it now, and we could call Andrea because I called her immediately. A hawk flew down and grabbed a rabbit in front of my car, and there was a Tesla that had stopped because I think she thought the bird was injured, and the bird, when it bit the rabbit, had severed something.
Oh.
And it was bleeding out.
Yeah.
It was gushing blood.
It beaked
and
its neck.
It beaked its neck. And then the hawk took off, and it was just leaving a spray
my God.
of fucking blood as it flew back into Lou Gardens over here, right over here.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
It was majestic, but I
don't
can
know if
only
I could.
imagine that Loon Cup is very similar. And I'm traumatized right now. I feel very lightheaded. I feel very sick. I feel very weak.
It's one of these things like is there even a demand for this? Like most
We want Loon Cup.
No.
You didn't know you needed it until it existed, Tom.
Also, like, do most
we should
women
combine this with that Growler thing.
Or the dribble thing.
So I can pour my own
Bring
menstrual
yourself more
blood.
energy.
Well, I mean, it's just like the Growler thing. It's like, have you ever filled a glass all the way to the fucking rim? I mean, imagine if you pulling out that cup out of the fucking vag. I mean, just like all the way to the rim. It's like, that's a lot
Well,
of
you
fucking-
pour
it's
off
just
the
a
top.
spill, right?
You pour off the top.
You got the
top like
scraper,
the
too.
head. Yeah.
You got the scraper.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a
Scrape the-
Stella Artois.
Coagulated.
I'm gonna
top.
barf. Oh my God, my wife. Even my wife will say things. She'll be like, get up in the morning. She'll be like, I think I need to poop. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna barf. Don't say that. You have to. It's a double standard, and I'm sorry. I'm allowed to fart, and it smells just like ribs. That's fine. I'm allowed to take a shit with the door open. You are not. You're just not allowed.
Also, like, your gynecologist or whatever, they're like, you can just test your blood.
But you
through
bring in
regular
your,
means, right? Like, hey, I'll go.
You brought
to
your
Quest.
Loon Cup, right?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I forgot my Loon Cup.
Yeah, they're not. They don't. I don't know this, but I imagine, Samantha, you tell me they're not like, well, the best way to test your blood is through this format.
I've never heard
Technical ad says Tom is checked out.
That just don't make any sense.
It does. I'm with you, Tom. It does not make any sense.
We got
to
this
me.
period cup.
Let's
and
finish
fucking-
it up.
It seems like a giant waste of time to even do this super fancy infomercial type
Well,
of.
at least poor people are gonna have
Is
them,
it super fancy?
And we think Seth is weird for shitting in Gatorade bottles.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, this, like, Daniel, you know how much, like, these infographic style.
Oh, so expensive.
Dude, they're expensive.
So
like,
we've done them.
Yeah,
we've written
companies
commercials.
pay
Oh,
tens
my
of
God.
thousands of dollars for these things.
I mean,
Hell
but without giving away the guy's info, we got paid thousands of dollars to write for these.
Yeah. That's just writing it,
Yeah,
and
that's
then to
just
put it
writing
together,
for it.
who knows how much they spent? Like,
I want to finish this up and see what they're saying here.
Menstrual cup is more hygienic, economical, and environmentally friendly. Using the cup will improve their quality of life.
These people with white hair are in
By
menopause.
reporting
There's no
menstrual
way they're using
data,
it.
users can check their health condition as well as contribute to medical research.
I don't understand what health
This
conditions I'm going to
research will
find out by my
explore
period blood.
correlations between menstrual blood conditions and gynecologic
So it's a future.
disorders.
23andMe got
Loon
weird.
Lab will support users so that they can continuously use the Loon Cup and contribute to women's health.
Wait, what?
In
It's
some
reusable?
societies,
Oh, my God.
Oh,
What-
come on. No. that is too
Okay, so it's a cartoon woman sitting with pants on, and she's sitting
She's bleeding out of her
asshole.
So is the cup working or not?
No, the cup is
She doesn't have the cup yet.
I believe it was the Bible that says, "My cup runneth over." This cup is out of control.
I want to take one of these and put battery acid in it or something fucked up and just see what the hell.
Yeah, your phone starts going, alert, alert.
You have acid, pussy.
All right.
All right. Well,
God
you've done
damn it.
You've done a lot of damage today, Owen.
Lord's work. Lord's work.
Well done.
Thank you.
So,
oh my God.
Let's get out of here.
man.
I'm mad
You drove Tom out.
I've reached my crashing point. I'm ready to die now.
He's got the fever.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Put the
it came
loon
back.
cup in.
So,
In your ass.
real quick, for those BDMs that are listening, we're going to be going out on the White Claw fishing boat on Monday.
Yeah.
We just found out we have to be there at 7 in the morning.
My God.
Tactical Head's talking about the lady in the video. He said she fell in ketchup. She's fine.
So we'll be releasing fishing casts on the White Claw fishing boat next Monday.
The following Monday, yeah.
Tactical Head said she dropped her hot dog.
This Monday's BDM show, we did a crossover with the News Junkie.
Yeah.
So we did a secret show and BDM show. It was really funny.
It's pretty stupid.
And so if you're not a BDM, sign up on tomandan.com. And remember, we have that BDM only event coming up. And if you
At a special place.
yes, and it's family friendly, and we got giveaways that are pretty cool and stuff like that. So,
Oh man, Twitch Bitch said her charter on Friday got canceled due to weather. So guess what I'll be doing soon. So
Get on that White Claw
She's
boat?
gonna get on the White Claw boat. Look, Tracy, you got to get out there. Tracy is like the #1 White Claw fan I've ever seen. If they were like, you should have canceled your charter.
Yeah.
By the way, Tracy, I don't know if she's already told everybody, but she bought tickets or did what we're doing for the BDM event. She has 3 tickets though that she can't use because she has family things. So there are 3 tickets up for grabs. She'd rather them go to BDMs. If you need information about it, I guess you could always get in the BDM group.
if she posts on the BDM page, I'm sure
Yeah.
she could get rid of them pretty good.
Yeah.
I did think about we on Monday, like let's say the weather is going to be bad, but the White Claw fishing guys are like, oh well, this is we should still go out and we'll be fine.
Please don't do that.
And then
That's how we die.
And then we go 40 miles out because if you're out in the Gulf Stream, you can't see land anymore. So then we're out there, it capsizes. We're all floating.
Last time I went fishing, it was me and you and my wife, and she came back with a red snapper. My dad's joke. Had to say it.
Oh, and where can people find your podcast?
Yeah, you can find us over at onoradioshow.com. We're all there. We're all over Facebook, all your typical podcast
Yes, I made a joke
places.
about me and you tag teaming my wife, which is a horrible thing to end the show.
Spotify,
She's a
Apple
mother.
Podcasts, all those. Just look Ono Radio Show
She's a
anywhere you
mother.
find your podcast.
Samantha, where can people find Semantics?
You can find Semantics anywhere you find podcasts, also at semanticspodcast.com.
You recording this weekend?
Tonight, I am recording with Juan, that everybody knows from the Twitch chat room, and also Chris Crespo from Cinema Crespediso. I also want to shout out Rob Shampoo. Hope you get better soon, buddy.
Love you, Shampoo. Can people send you email for tonight's show?
You
Is
can.
that still...
Show at semanticspodcast.com
There
if
you
you want to
go.
send us an email.
Shoot one over there. She likes that.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, man, guys, we love you. Thanks so much for listening.
Happy birthday, Fisher.
Yes, happy birthday, Chris Fisher from BYOCB. Tomorrow morning, in fact, these drop, not to sound young, but they typically drop at midnight on Saturdays. Saturday morning at midnight. I put Cut It Out. So you get all the music that's in today's show. If you wanted to listen to it in its entirety, you can do so by just waking up, pouring that coffee, and BDMs. You get that show. Nobody else gets it. It's only for BDMs. So anything else?
That's it.
Guys, we love you, and we will see you next week.